Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, well, thank you, StreamYard, for making the most basic shit behind a paywall. You can't even do an intro video without paying for this damn thing now. Oh my god. Seriously. Wow. Okay. So apparently we can't even do an intro video. Well, maybe we can. You know what? I'll just mute myself and do an intro video anyway. How about that? Yeah. We'll just do it this way. We'll do an intro video. We'll do the intro video. Give me 1 second here. I gotta get my YouTube page caught up. There we go. All right. Okay. We can still do the intro video. I guess we just have to do it old school. We'll do it old school.
Nothing. Picking up a strange, very strange signal. Very, very strange signal, Captain. Very strange.
On screen, on the main viewer.
I guess it. Put him on screen.
Wow. That is... What am I looking at? Talk about a strange signal. Man, look at that.
Yeah, see, we can we can still do the intro video. We just got to do it old school. Yeah, old school style, where we start the stream and then we start the music. Yeah, that's how we used to do it. And then they came up with, oh, add your intros. Well, guess what? StreamYard put it behind a paywall. Because, of course. Oh, and that's okay. There's a great way around the StreamYard's so-called 10-hour streaming limit. You just make about, I don't know, 10 to 100 different fake emails and link them all to your freaking channel. I don't know the difference. So, yeah, I'm not paying $45 a month that I can't afford just for stupid shit that should be free anyways. But enough of me ranting and raving. I hope everyone out there had a great 4th of July. You know, I love this country, but I'm not very proud of it at the moment. So, but that's another discussion for another day. I hope everyone's having a great day, whether you're from, no matter where you're from. And I don't know how many people are going to show up, seeing as it is the 4th here in the States. Well, technically it's over now for me. It's Saturday the 5th here by about 10 minutes. But hello to anybody out there listening, and anybody wants to jump on, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. You're more than welcome to. Or say hi in the chat. I'll talk to you in the, type your comments in the chat. I'll talk to you that way. But I wasn't sure. I know it's still what is it, like 9 something out on the West Coast. I know, yeah, there's probably, yeah, 3 other time zones still doing fireworks right now. So no big deal there. But I was kind of hoping some of my non-American friends would be jumping on. I usually get a bunch of, Canadian friends that jump on, but and it being a Friday night though, yeah, hard saying with it being a Friday night. So. Hello, Suzanne in the chat. Hello, Suzanne. How are you? Good to see you in the chat. Yeah. I hope you had a good Friday, Suzanne. We had a warm one today, upper 80s. Going to be even hotter here tomorrow in the 90s. I got the air conditioner going full throttle. Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right. I can't. Well, I could always complain. I just rather not.
I got nothing to complain about today.
No, today was a pretty relaxing day for us. The boy, he's still in Pennsylvania with his grandparents, and she slept in till, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock this morning. So
Good for her.
we just been hanging out, and I made some. I got some cheddar bacon brats, and I put those in a pan, and I got some frozen peppers and onions that I threw in the pan, and I cooked that all up, and I made some bacon ranch pasta salad, and so
Sounds good.
she has a hard time eating and swallowing, but she ate about. I only gave her 1 brat and a small scoop of the pasta salad, but she ate about half of her plate. That's really good for her. So,
Has she tried using milk to help swallow? That's the only way I can swallow food.
she has a
Even
hard time
something
with
simple.
she has a hard time with liquids too because of what's called aspiration.
Oh, I know.
And so, but she gets all of her like vitamins and nutrients through her tube feedings. So,
Okay.
the food she eats and whatever she drinks is just purely for pleasure, basically, for gratification.
Yeah, I have a hard time swallowing even something simple like a peanut butter sandwich. But if I use milk helps. Water, forget it. I have a hard time swallowing just plain water. But milk, as long as it's ice cold, seems to work.
No,
So-
I haven't tried milk, but she does love her iced coffee. She loves
Yeah,
her
I'm
iced
okay with that
coffee.
too. Yeah.
But the sugar and the creamer in it for her, and she loves that. Now,
Oh, good.
water, she used to drink water constantly, but she said the water got kind of hard for her, so she switched to the iced coffee, which is better because she can actually sip on that, through a straw. So,
Yep. I believe her with the water though. I don't know why, but water
it's
can
just
get really difficult.
there's something about it. She has a hard time with it.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, there's Kevin, Steam Park Adventure. How you doing, Kevin? He says,
Hey,
"Hey,
Kevin.
Suzanne. Hey, Jay. Yeah, hey, Kevin. Happy 4th to you if you celebrate it."
Hey, did you have you guys seen that Larry's doing okay?
I have not seen. No, I haven't been online the last couple of days. So
Yeah, he's been posting every so often. He's
okay,
doing
good,
okay. He's healing up well.
good. I'm glad. He's a good guy.
Yep. Wish me a happy 4th. Doesn't realize I'm Canadian.
Well, he wished me a happy 4th. He said, "Happy 4th." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Suzanne's up in Saskatchewan. They just had Canada Day the other day. So.
Yeah, on the 1st.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I was saying about if we were going to have a parade downtown, we never had one.
We didn't either. Well, mind you, we would. We only have 200 people.
Well, I think the reason we didn't is all the college kids are gone for the summer. So,
Oh,
because
correct.
yeah,
We're up there to
because
245 now.
oh wow, so like your whole town is like the size of what's in like a 2 block radius here. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, 45 people moved here in the 3 years we've been here. I don't see them, but okay.
That sounds like my kind of town right there. Holy shit, I could shit and get with a town like that. I could be, yeah, holy shit.
I don't believe it, man. I've never even seen 40 people in this town.
Oh, they're probably basement dwellers.
God,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm not sure where they're at. I hope
Unless
you're not
they're all-
monetized.
Yeah. No, I was making a joke saying they're all in their mama's basements or something. But
Probably. Probably. So things are finally working out good for me. It's just over a
Really?
week now. Just over a week now, zero pain.
Good.
Zero pain. My
Good.
breathing is still iffy, but you know,
Yep. Her
that is
breathing,
what it is.
Nikki's breathing's
What's that?
getting better. I'm giving her the
Good.
Ativan like every 4 or 6 hours whenever she wants a tube feeding. So that helps with it. The 2.5 milligrams of morphine she gets she can have it every 2 hours, but she only takes it like every 4 to 6 hours. That helps
Nice.
with it. Yeah. So yeah, plus her cough medicine. Plus they just put her on an antibiotic a few days ago. Now here's the funny part. It's an antibiotic for her, but it'll fucking kill me if I take it.
Penicillin or what?
No, it's something I'm allergic to, so I got to keep it away from me. Like I put gloves on and everything. Yeah, so and it's in liquid form. I put gloves on and everything when I just pouring it from the bottle into the little measuring cup so I can put it down her tube. I know what it does to me. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, my boy and I are allergic to penicillin. That's a bad one for us.
Now here's a funny thing. That's what I'm allergic to.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And they gave her amoxicillin. So yeah, it was funny too because we have a little like one of the last very few like around ever locally owned, family owned drugstores right here downtown. And the pharmacist, she was like, "Is there anyone with allergies?" I'm like, "Just me, but I ain't taking it." She's like, "Yeah, you stay away from it." I'm like, no worries there.
Exactly.
I already know what'll happen if nope, not happening. Well, really funny. I was like 2 or 3 years old. My mom rushed me to the hospital with like 101 fever. First thing they did was give me, an ice bath with penicillin. Next thing you know, not even a minute later, my mom's running down the hall to get my grandma. My grandma's a head nurse. She's like, something's wrong. And they're like, oh, yep, he's allergic. Okay. So they had to give me the antidote.
Yep.
I started
Time for an epinephrine. Yep.
turning red, swelling up, choking on my, it's like, damn. Yeah, that within like less than a minute. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, reactions hit fast. So pain-wise, they got me on some serious opioids, right?
You're right.
So,
Yep.
I'm supposed to take them 4 or 5 times a day. I haven't been. Maybe once, twice a day on a bad day. But I found some other meds that I had a year ago. Yeah, but they're injectable, right?
Yeah.
So I took one shot the other day, 3 days ago now. I haven't eaten anything since.
Nice.
And it's not, I don't understand that one. It's not a opioid per se.
Is it?
It's an anti-inflammatory type drug.
Didn't you tell me before something about cortisone?
Oh, no, prednisone. I wish.
Oh, prednisone, yeah.
Fuck, if I had that, I'd feel 14 again. I'd be able to breathe and walk.
I know, right? My doctor, like, put that in my hip, and I was like, holy shit. Like, my left leg always hurts, and feels like it's numb. And even wakes me up at night sometimes. He gave me a shot of that a few months ago, and I never slept better since I was a teenager. I got to go back and get another one.
I don't get it. They'll give me opioids up the wazoo. Okay, serious drug addicting pain meds they'll give me, but they won't give me something as simple as a steroid because, well, you know, it weakens your bones. Well, who the hell cares?
Right? Like, I don't want to be a drug addict. I just want the pain to go away.
I'm not running a marathon here where I need strong bones. Hi, Mikey.
Right. Hey, Mikey.
Oh, hi, Suze. How you doing? How you doing, Jay?
I'm excellent, babe. Doing
Cool.
good.
Good. I'm glad all the fires are gone for you guys.
No,
No.
no. Northwest of me is burning.
Oh no.
That's nowhere near me. I'm southeast. It's northwest.
Oh wow. Oh no. Oh hey, Kevin, Theme Park Adventures. Welcome.
Yeah. Kevin was in the chat. I'm not sure if he's still in the chat with us because I'm on the free version of StreamYard now because I just can't afford $45 a month. And you know what? I figured this way back before I got that 1 year subscription for $200 to StreamYard. I had like 20 to 30 different emails that I created just to stream with for the free version. So I said, fuck it. I can't afford $45. I'm going to go back to doing that because they're all linked to this StreamYard and to my channel. So whatever.
Oh, okay. Oh, remember I said I was doing really, really good, right, Jay? So that's the health walk.
You sound amazing.
Then I was going to say, we've been under so much effing stress from hell financially. Like, you have no idea the financial hell we have been going through, where I had to figure out how I was going to feed this kid for a month on $6. No word of a lie. It was that bad. My vehicle has been in the shop for months, so I can't even get anywhere.
Yeah, I knew your vehicle was down. Yeah, you told me about your vehicle.
Right.
The vehicle's cost me 4 G's to get back. Okay. Well, lo and behold, guess what happened today?
Please say you got some good news.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. My bank is flush with more coming and more coming and more coming. This month alone, I should have 8 G's in the bank and a steady source, reliable, steady source after that. So finance finally balanced out.
Nice. So like, is it safe to? And I hate to assume because my dad taught me what the word assume means. You make an ass out of you and me. So I hate to.
I've heard that before too.
Yeah.
My dad told me that. I was like, don't ever assume anything, Mikey. Nothing.
Yeah, because it makes an ass out of you and me, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Safe to assume that by the 20th of the month, I will have my ride back.
Now, okay, so instead of using the word assume, is it safe to say with relative certainty that you are going to have a constant income now? Like from government roles or whatever it might be from that you can depend on?
Yes.
Okay, good.
That's great news.
Within the next 2 months, it's going to get even better because I turn 60 on the 22nd of this month. So that's when I qualify in Canada, when I qualify for old age pension. And I'm just able to qualify for the disability pension as well.
Right. So that'd be our version of Social Security, basically. Yeah.
Right.
So, lady, you're telling me you're actually going to turn 60 before me? Whoa.
60 on the 22nd.
Yeah, I was born September 22nd. So actually, you were 2 years older than me. 1965, lady. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man.
My mom will be 70 on August 31st. How about that?
Damn.
Wow. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, we're exactly 21 years apart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's
well, 20 in a few months, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to track
my dad and I. Yeah. He's 80. He's turning 81 in November, and I turned 60 in September. So yeah, 21 years. Yeah.
Now, my dad, if he was still alive,
Yeah.
he would be 75 now.
Wow.
But he passed in 2005. So
Yeah, Suze, did you know that today or this year marks the 45th anniversary, 40th anniversary of Back to the Future? We're older
I
than
did.
Michael J. Fox.
I did. I was doing
Yeah.
something online with that earlier.
Oh yeah.
does anyone remember back in 10 years ago in 2015 when they had Back to the Future Day?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
10 years
Mikey, I was
later,
just
we're
telling
still
Jay.
talking about it.
Yep.
I was just telling Jay that Larry's doing a lot better now.
Oh, good.
Oh, I thought you heard it from Mikey. See, that's what
No,
I
I was talking to Larry earlier he was on YouTube or Facebook or whatever.
Oh, he
Okay.
did do it. Yeah, he did do an update. I saw that. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he was
he
doing,
did. Well, he actually did. Yeah, he did 2 updates. The first one was kind of a private, and I think I understand why, because the hospital does have restrictions of how much you can send from the ICU. They don't want you to see the ICU rooms or anything.
Well, obviously,
He's drugged for
because
that one.
yeah, he's in the U.S., right? So HIPAA regulations, all that.
Yeah, he's actually over in, I think, over in North Phoenix. There is their hospital service is called Banner Health. So I
Right,
think he's
but
in Banner
yeah,
Health.
but he's in a U.S. hospital, and we have all kinds of regulations when it comes to privacy. So so the HIPAA regulations, all that. Yeah, so no, that makes perfect sense. Yeah,
Right. But he did manage to get out a 5-minute video, and I have that. I downloaded that. So yeah, I'm glad he's doing better, Susie.
Which is weird, Mikey, because do you know how many times I've watched like live streams of court where people are in a hospital room?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they can go on YouTube to go to court, but a dude wanting to make like a 30-second video, you're going to read him his rights. What the fuck is that shit?
Yeah.
Come on, man. How you do? Yeah.
How you doing? I want to just talk from my hospital bed, damn it. I just want to let people know I'm all right, but you have to read me the Riot Act and the Hippocratic Oath and all this bullshit? Come on, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Get real. Yeah. Well, it's like P. Diddy, right? P. Diddy got accused of 2 charges.
He got convicted on 2 charges, but he actually beat the RICO charge, which is weird, but
that's bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit. He should have got convicted on that too.
Oh fuck.
But he did get convicted on 2 charges, so
well, he is in jail, right? Still.
Well, yeah.
Fuck.
Dude needs to meet up with a wood chipper.
That just proves there's a secret society elite that protects their own. If he only gets off with 2 charges, that's bullshit. Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out later down the road that he's the one that pulled the strings behind the whole Tupac and Biggie thing put together.
Absolutely.
Oh, guaranteed.
You know he did. He pulled that bullshit.
Because who was the one that had the motive to get those 2 to look like they offed each other? Right. He did.
Yep. Oh, yeah, P. Diddy did that.
And I'm not saying Suge Knight's innocent because fuck him too, but...
Yeah.
50 knows it.
But yeah, I mean, who was the one that stood the game from Tupac being offed and Biggie being offed?
And Biggie Smalls, yeah.
Diddy. Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, 50 knows it.
Yeah, 50 knows it. 50's been the most vocal motherfucker out there about the shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love 50.
I just hope he doesn't get offed, man. You know, if somebody comes after him.
Of course he will. He did deny his bail. Go figure.
Hey, Daniel.
Hi,
how
Daniel.
you doing, buddy?
Hey, Daniel. Hey, Daniel, the link to the StreamYard is right up at top if you want to pop on up and say hello.
Yeah, pop on up, Daniel. I'm going to pop down.
Well, it was great talking. It was great talking to you, Suzanne, and I'm glad you're doing good, girl.
I feel good, man.
I've been saying lots of prayers for both of you, Suzanne. Yeah.
Oh, thanks
Oh,
for
hey,
the prayer, guys. I know they were. I felt them.
Suzanne, you need to message me or DM me back because, yeah, I just DM me back over there on Twitter twat.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
All right. I shall do that.
All right.
I'm going to
Hey,
now.
there's Daniel.
Hey,
Daniel and
Daniel.
Coco show.
Hi, what's up?
Hey, Daniel, how you doing, buddy?
Oh no, we just
All
lost
right, I
Suzanne
guess.
again.
No.
She said she was hopping down. It's okay. She only comes on for 5 or 10 minutes at a time, so that's okay.
All right. Well, hey, Daniel. Good news is that our brother Larry's doing better, and now is he still in ICU? Is that where his last video came from? I gotta go check it out when I get a chance, but it must have still been in his room. I don't know how long he's staying in the hospital for. I was guessing 5 days because, when my dad had his first real heart attack, after his surgery and his, downtime, he had to stay in the hospital for at least 5 days. So maybe that's what Larry's doing. I don't know. I'm glad it wasn't as invasive. You know what I mean? He had the problem though with the one of his heart ventricles, and he had to get that repaired because he wasn't getting any blood at all from one side of his body, and they said if he didn't have the operation, he would have died. So
My sister had something like that. It was when she was younger, they called it a heart murmur, but then they found out one of her ventricles, which is one of the valves in your heart, wasn't pumping blood back up in the chamber the way it's supposed to, which is basically a heart murmur. But she had to go on a medication in order to avoid a surgery in order for it to work the right way. So, but even with the medication, she still had a heart murmur. It was just that with everything, that with how small she was and everything she had been through in life, they just didn't want to take a chance on doing an open heart basically on her. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Suzanne, for explaining that. She said that he didn't actually do a video, but him and Women Wonder with Gigi posted a happy for it. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Thank you, Suzanne.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm just like I said, Jay, I've known him for 50 years. It'll be next year. It'll be 50 years.
I know you've known him for a long time. The only reason I met him was through you. So yeah.
Wow,
and I'm not saying I actually know the guy. He's just somebody that I know through you, an acquaintance, basically. I don't know him like I know you on here. So,
well, I hope you get to know him better because he is a great guy to get to know. He has he's got a lot of talk history too. There's Jim.
Hey Jim, how you doing, buddy?
I was ready. I was ready to go to bed and check and see you was on here, Mr. Late Night again.
Yeah, Mr. Late Night, how you doing?
We're gonna have to start calling. We're gonna have to start calling Jay's show the Late Night Show Part 2 or something.
Really.
Hey, Late Night with Jay. Hey, that
Late
sounds
Night with
good.
Jay. There we go. Absolutely. Better than some of that crap that's out there right now.
True story. But it's gonna take, everybody in this little village of mine to get that word out there. So
yeah, well, we'll get it out there if you start doing more of these.
You know what, Mikey? And I don't even have to ask you this, but I was gonna say if you're real about that, I'll make it late night, I'll make it morning, I'll make it afternoon, I'll make it whenever the time permits, and yeah, we will just have a good fun time on this channel, and we'll do it all times of days when all different kinds of people come on at different times of days. So for sure.
Well, I try to promote you and Gorilla, even Jim, like everybody else, just letting them know, hey, they're in the community. Go out there and subscribe to the channels and make sure you check them out. And I do try to extend that courtesy so that everybody gets a chance. That's what I tell everybody when they come visit. It's like, hey, let's get out there. Let's do this.
Yeah, Suzanne said, let's do it then, Jay. I'm down. Absolutely, Suzanne. I will do it.
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah,
totally down.
if I got time at night when I got downtime, I'll do it. When I got time in the morning, when I got downtime, I'll do it. When I got time midday and I got downtime and I don't have to take care of Nikki, absolutely I'll do it. So yeah, let's fucking do it.
Oh God, I love retirement.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Jay just wants to get down. That's all.
Get down, get down,
down.
Get down. Jungle boogie. Get down.
And you want to see my
That was
fireworks
one of the-
video?
I saw you. Like I was saying earlier, Jim, I haven't been on for about 2 or 3 days. I came online tonight. I saw you posted a video. I chatted with Suzanne for a couple minutes and then I went live. So I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I know you posted one.
Yeah, I put a fireworks video up and put 11,000 plus celebration, for the subs and that.
Hey, Suzanne, if you do that, if you're going to do that, you're welcome on anytime as long as you want to be, Suzanne. So absolutely.
Absolutely. We're going to up your oxygen. Definitely.
Get that O2 cranked up.
You know what? I got a oxygen machine sitting here and a couple extra tanks that she never uses. If you need them, let me know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so Jim, Larry, as far as I know, is still in ICU, but he should be out of there hopefully by the end of the weekend. That's what I'm hearing from his wife. So we'll see what happens.
Wow.
Hopefully by the end of this weekend. So,
Mikey, you want to read this?
Oh, which one? Oh my God! I just had a flash go through my mind of you boys twerking to that music. Oh my God!
Jungle booty.
Whoa! Oh,
Honey, slow down.
sorry, honey. Jesus.
Mikey get yelled at.
Ah.
You're too loud. Back to the Future.
Oh, her machine is direct, no tanks. Well, yeah, I got the machine too for Nikki that she never uses. Plus, I got the extra tanks, in case the power goes out. But it was not a good sight. What?
Wow.
Oh.
So it's not a good sight.
Yeah, me and you twerking is not a good sight, apparently.
No. No. Nikki would have to interrupt. Suzanne would have to interrupt. Yeah, no. That's not a good thing. No
Hey,
twerking.
PvP,
No, but
how you doing?
Oh, hey, PvP.
Yeah, there. Just gotta mute my YouTubes so I don't get echo.
That's the first time you've ever said that without having the echo.
Oh man, I reacted quickly tonight. Oh, my back is killing me though. God.
Oh my God.
I'm glad somebody's doing a stream tonight because I was getting extremely bored. I got to say, because everybody seems to be taking the 4th of July off as a holiday, of course, which I
Yes.
expected. So I'm glad somebody's doing something because I was getting really bored. Actually, I was just watching a young couple react to the 1959 movie with Spencer Tracy, Bad Day at Black Rock. Any of you guys ever heard of that film?
Nope.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
it's great. I bet Mikey has.
Is it anything?
Spencer Tracy. Yeah. Good
Is
movie.
it anything like Dr. Strangelove?
Hell no.
No. Hell no.
Okay, I'll give you a brief plot line synopsis. It's only 80 minutes long. It's a very short, watchable film, which is one positive it has going for it. It basically takes place somewhere out in the remote western part of the U.S. Spencer Tracy arrives in this small one-horse town on the train. He gets off, and everybody, of course, all the locals are automatically suspicious of any stranger that arrives on the train in their town. And it goes from that point. Basically, it ends up that Spencer Tracy's character fought in Italy in the war. That's where he lost one of his arms because he's a one-armed man in the movie.
The one-armed
And-
bandit.
Yeah. Well, not a bandit, but he's one-armed. Anyway, the reason he's there is because of a Japanese fellow that actually saved his life in Italy. I guess probably saved him and saved him from dying when his arm got shot. A Japanese soldier serving with him in Italy, and he lost his life saving Spencer Tracy's character. So Spencer Tracy thought since the son sacrificed himself, he had to go up and look up his father in this town because his father was in this town. And anyway, it goes from there. It's got Ernest Borgnine, Lee Marvin,
Borgnine,
Robert Ryan, what's her face from Forbidden Planet? The juicy, beautiful girl.
Yes, the little. Oh yes.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
Anyway, it's got a stellar cast and it's really good. I mean, it's only 80 minutes, but man, they pack a lot of stuff into those 80 minutes. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it.
Well, yeah, I mean, even though I only know two of the people you mentioned, Borgnine, obviously by name, and the juicy little peach from Forbidden Planet, even though I can't remember her name, but yeah.
Yeah, and Francis. It's Anne Francis, actually, come to think of it.
Anne Francis.
Yeah. Anne Francis.
Here's the thing about watching old movies, right, from the 50s and the 60s. Just try to remember they're not your grandmother's age, people.
Yeah, but then again, when you see Forbidden Planet, you see Leslie Nielsen making moves on Anne Francis. You're like, wow.
Honestly,
okay, there you go.
As much as I love Forbidden Planet, I think it was 1954 or something, that film?
Yeah, it was
54, 55. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one part of Forbidden Planet that gives me a bit of cringe because the sexual politics in that movie they've dated not too well over the decades, right?
Oh no, I mean, come on, PvP. That's back when you could slap a woman's butt and she appreciated it. Not like now.
I in the context of the year it was made, I totally understand that it was great. But when I watch it now, it's like when I see Leslie Nielsen coming on to this young, impressionable, maybe if she's 20, she's legal. Maybe if she's legal.
Dude, he wasn't much older in that movie. What the hell?
Hey, he was kind of young.
No, I know he's got to be at least 5 years older than she was. Come on now.
Oh, yeah, what? And you have a problem with that? I mean, my missus.
Yeah, there's no problem with that.
No. Hey, if I was,
Nikki's 10 years younger than me. What the fuck does that say about me? Never mind. Don't answer that.
No, I'm not gonna answer that one.
Shut up, Mikey. Oh my God.
Well, the thing is with the relationship, with age gap relationships, though, as you get older, it's not such a big deal, right? Let's put it this way. If I was 20 and I was dating a 10-year-old, that would be disgusting.
That's different. You're not she's not an adult.
But if I was 30 and I was dating a 20-year-old, that wouldn't be as frowned upon as, other.
No,
it's right?
Well, let's put it this way. It's people might think you're weird, but it's not illegal.
Yeah. And if she was 25 and I was 35, people would think that's perfectly normal, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes, absolutely. Especially in today's age. Yes.
Yes. So yeah, just saying.
Okay, so
man.
So you went from disagreeing with me to coming back to agreeing with me. Okay.
Oh, I wasn't really disagreeing with you at all. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Anyway,
we all agree that Anne Francis is the babe, right? Well,
yes, she was. Yes, she was a juicy peach. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's too bad she's gone, but yeah.
Well, I mean, everybody's got to go. I mean, come on.
Look at it this way. Look at all the babes that were on TOS that are gone now. So.
Oh man.
That's crazy when I think about it. But TOS had a incredible panorama of babes through its three seasons. Did it not? Like, wow. I can't think of another show offhand that had as many babes as the original Star Trek had. Like, there's like almost every episode there was a babe in it, right? Like, come on, you know.
Just about.
I'm
Hell,
sure it was in
even-
Shatner.
even-
I'm still convinced. Nobody's ever confirmed it, but I'm sure Shatner's contract. It was written somewhere on the ink before he signed it and agreed to do the show. It's like, I have to have a babe in every episode, and I have to kiss one at least every second episode.
Yeah. Well, if you look at when you look at Where No Man Has Gone Before and you see Sally Kellerman, you're like, okay. I remember seeing Sally Kellerman later on in the original MASH movie, playing, Hot Lids Houlihan.
Yep.
But
Oh, yes. The original MASH with Donald Sutherland. Yes.
Yeah.
The movie they thought wouldn't go nowhere, and it spawned a TV show that spanned, what, 8
Right,
years,
and Elliot
10
Gould,
years?
yeah.
Yeah.
Elliot Gould was the original Hawkeye. Yeah.
I think MASH went 9 seasons, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Well, I said 8 to 10, so yeah.
Well, and the only
11
Is
seasons.
You know, it's the only war show that lasted longer than the actual war.
yeah, that's true.
Well, MASH is a really unique show, is it not? Because I can't think other than, remember that was a 60s show called Combat? Remember that show?
Combat.
Oh,
yeah,
I've heard of it,
one.
but I've heard of it. I just know
I've
Well,
only
that's
seen-
Goro. Yeah,
I've
that
only
has Big
seen-
Goro in it before
Like,
he
I've-
died in Twilight Zone, the movie.
Yeah, before he got his head chopped off by that helicopter, right?
And the 2 kids. That's too
Talk
bad.
about that. Yeah, that was horrific, man. But yeah, he was a star in that. By the way, I'm sure there's an episode that Leonard Nimoy guest stars in on Combat. I haven't ever
I
seen
believe
it.
there is. Yes, I believe
Yeah.
there is an episode he's in.
But
sure.
Other than that show, I think MASH must be the only regular series. Only regular show that had a war theme, right, running through the entire series.
Oh, no, you forgot Tour of Duty.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, that's more modern then. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
that was based on the Vietnam War, but yeah.
And then of course, basically World War II was Band of Brothers. That was a great.
Well, yeah, we got to go with Band of Brothers too. Okay, I guess there's been a few great.
Well, Band of Brothers is more of a miniseries. Tour of Duty was actually an actual TV series.
Yeah. Oh, but Jay, you also forgot China Beach. with
China
David Delaney.
Beach. Yes, I fucking used to watch China Beach all the time.
Oh, I love China Beach.
I never saw that. That's the one with the hot nurses as the same
Yes.
main character.
Oh, dude, the
Delaney.
nurses weren't the only women that were hot on that show.
Okay. Well,
Good
that's got to go on my watch list then, because I
definitely. You know what we should do?
I love hot nurses.
Watch parties of China Beach. If Gorilla wants his equal rep, he should definitely do that.
Yeah, you know what? Just to mix it up, Mikey, we need to do Tour of Duty. Just to put that grit of realism in there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And there are some classic actors in there that people wouldn't even realize are in that show.
I'm intrigued now. I'm very intrigued. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, the theme song for Tour of Duty was "I Want to Turn Black."
Oh yeah, the Rolling Stones song.
Yep.
Oh, I wanted to turn black. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that was the theme song for Tour of Duty. So
yeah, Fade to Black. Yeah, I remember.
You know, what I love. I watch reaction channels because I get a kick out of seeing younger people to react to like 60s and 70s culture, right? And I've seen a few where they're put on that song, Paint It Black, and they're just like totally shocked that anything from 1965 or whatever could be that dark, right? They're like, what the fuck is this? It's like,
you gotta realize it was the Vietnam War, man.
Exactly. It's like, but it wasn't that actually wasn't really about Vietnam. It was just about basically his girlfriend dying, right? I think.
Right.
You got to remember what the 60s were like in the U.S. and the rest of the NATO countries, right? So
they were probably using the death of his girlfriend as a metaphor for Vietnam. That's what I'm guessing.
Right. Yeah. And Jim says MASH was 11 seasons.
Oh fuck! Yeah. Well, paint me with a full paintbrush. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I will paint you. Never mind. Hey, I was gonna make a song joke there.
Just don't paint me black. That might be politically.
That's what the joke was. Yes, that's what the joke was.
Can't do that. That would be bad.
MASH
that
is
would be really
MASH,
bad.
MASH really was a great show though. Like, not every episode was great. Obviously, that every show has crap episodes, but man, I tell you, for a show that went that long
I'll
and
tell
has
you
so
what.
many cast changes, it was really, really solid.
I'll tell you what, PvP, when they got rid of who was Hawkeyes and Honeycutt's? Oh, Frank. Yeah,
Frank Burns.
Frank Burns.
Yeah, the guy that was into Houlihan. When they got rid of him and brought in Winchester,
Literally into Houlihan, by the way.
Yeah, literally. I was like, what the fuck is this like Princeton dude doing in a tent? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I was a kid watching this. I'm like, what the fuck? This ain't fun no more.
Yeah, but granted, but granted, Winchester, played by David Ogden Stiers, actually did a good job. I mean, I think he did good.
He did. He grew on me as their roommate, because even though I was young, right? Because I was born in '76, so I'm watching this when I'm like 8, 9, 10 years old. When it's when it's in syndication, mind you.
Yeah, syndication. I know.
So
reruns.
Yeah, I was watching reruns as a kid, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's finally making sense. Okay, he's funny. And then I see him on TNG.
Yes.
Well, I have a theory why they wrote Frank out of the show. I don't know if the actor wanted to leave. Perhaps, maybe that's. I've never researched it.
Played by Larry Linville, by the way. Great performance. I mean, Frank Burns was great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the character, but I think, don't you get the sense that the writers were running out of ideas about what to do with Frank?
Oh, have you seen the behind the scenes stuff that's been popping up on YouTube?
Oh, I have not actually.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff popping up on YouTube lately about the behind the scenes. How Gary Berghoff hated everybody on set, and they all thought he was this or that. And Gary Berghoff, the guy that played Radar.
Yeah, but he was the only one that came over from the movie.
Yeah,
you guys remember that, right?
I've heard some of that stuff. Yeah, the thing is, I think when they brought in, David Oach. Okay, give me the character name. I'm having a brain cramp here.
Which guy?
The guy after Frank.
That was
Winchester. David Lee.
Winchester. Yeah. I think when they brought Winchester in, the writers were actually probably very relieved, because they had a new character they could, create from the very start, and build him from the ground up, so to speak. And because he was kind of like a Frank Burns 2.0, right?
PvP. You think they went ground up with him? Because it looks like I'm looking at this from I watched it since I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. That character, to me, even to this day, in my brain says they went top down with him, not bottom up.
Yeah, whatever. He was. I think the writers enjoyed having a new character to,
obviously, all the new jokes, everything. Obviously,
just build a new character up, right? And because let's face it, Winchester was a far more complex character than Frank was. Frank was basically,
he was. He actually, in the worst of times, will get down and say, "Give me a martini."
Hey,
even though it was, tent hooch, right?
Hey, PvP, I'm gonna make you smile, okay? I came across this list of.
I'm kind of frightened now. How do you mean you're going to?
No. I'm going to make you smile in a very good way.
PvP is like covering up his private parts when you say.
Yeah, I'm crossing my legs right now.
That's not it. No, listen, please. I came across this list of the 48 shows that only lasted one season. Guess what was number 1?
Firefly.
Yeah.
Matt. Oh, Firefly. Oh, I love that show. I love Firefly. Fuck yes, Josh Whedon is fucking amazing. God bless Serenity and Firefly. That's all I got.
After a quarter century, I'm still totally pissed off at Fox that they canceled one of the greatest shows ever made in history. and I'm so pissed off with them still.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
that's great
Firefly.
that it was #1 out of the top 40 shows that lasted one season. And I went over that whole list with Suzanne. She had only seen like 2 of those shows. I'd seen 8 of them. And a couple were animated.
I've seen all the Firefly shows. I've seen Serenity. Oh, dude, Jewel, the girl, Jewel, I think that's her name. The girl that plays the engineer. Yeah, Jewel State.
Yeah.
She plays the engineer on Firefly, and she also plays the replacement doctor on Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it. Actually, Atlantis is another one of my favorite shows.
One of my favorite.
She becomes a regular character in that eventually, right?
Oh, she is so cute. She's like a little button. Oh, I could just kiss her.
Oh man, she's so cute. If I had her in my bedroom, I would pour ice cream on her and eat her with a spoon.
Fuck that! I just break her in half. Fuck the dumb shit.
No, I'd want to start slow and get a really tasty.
Oh, I would. I'm just saying. That's
Oh my God.
There we go. There's Jim providing the spoon. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah. Jim is spooning. Yikes!
Yes.
Well, I didn't tell you where
those dogs are run quick.
I didn't tell you what I pour. I didn't tell you where I put the ice cream and the chocolate syrup on, but I'll leave that.
I keep the grape jelly, the strawberry jam, the caramel syrup, the chocolate syrup, the strawberry syrup.
Oh God!
And never mind all the adult syrups. Hey, how you doing?
Watch out for your nuts.
Yeah.
Hey, don't chop my nuts, motherfucker.
Anyway, Mikey, you were going to list some more one season wonders.
Well, no, I was just going to mention out of the 40, like I said, Firefly was #1, but one of them that I really enjoyed was Almost Human, and that only lasted a season. And I really want to kill some people at HBO for getting rid of that one. That was such a great series. I love that one.
Well, wasn't Freaks and Geeks another one? Like I never saw that show.
Freaks and Geeks. Yes,
my sister got into that, and I never knew why. She's 7. My sister was 7 years younger than me, but she loved Freaks and Geeks, and I can never understand why.
Yeah, I never saw it, but I've heard so many good things about it. I should really watch it.
You've seen it, PvP. What was it? Gorilla showed us like the first couple of episodes from it.
Really? I must have not been there. I don't remember that.
Hey, Kevin's back. He says, "Hey, PvP. Hey,
Kevin.
Jim.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey, Kevin's theme. Yeah, Kevin. Larry's doing good still, but I think he's still in ICU. So I hope he gets out by the end of this weekend.
And hey, Kevin. I don't know if you're if you're busy tonight, but we got the link up there. If you want to jump on, buddy.
Come on board, Kevin.
There's another one season show I really like. Well, it was like Firefly got canceled like halfway through. I think it made like 16 episodes.
Well, it was closer to almost
it was closer
20.
to 14, but if you throw in the movie, which came out.
Well, Serenity was a 2-hour movie that took 2 years to come out.
Like an episode, then that'd be like 15 episodes.
Which was supposed to wrap up everything that happened in that first season. But
let me see if I can find that list again.
I as much as I love Serenity, it did wrap a lot of shit up. It was good, but big plot lines never solved.
I mean, when you got Ron Glass acting as a preacher who played in Barney Miller as a detective, I'm just saying.
But this is one of my issues with Serenity.
And then you got Captain Mel, the guy that played Captain Mel, who goes on from that to play in a little known detective show.
One problem I have with Serenity is they never told us Shepard Book's actual story.
Booker. Book.
Because everybody said he's not a shepherd. He's not a shepherd, right? We heard that several times in the
No,
show.
I think his backstory is he was a convicted felon or unaliver of some sort that did some really bad crime, and he's out there trying to make up for all the things he did bad.
I remember the episode where he got shot, mortally wounded, and the Alliance.
Yes, and they found his ID. Is that the one?
And the Alliance came and put him in their hospital and saved his life.
Yes, because they found his ID on him. Yes,
obviously, Shepherd Book had heavy
connections
ties to the Alliance.
Connections.
I
Yes.
think he was an Alliance operative at one point before he turned to the.
Well,
the
why
rebels,
else
right?
would they take Serenity on board, take him into their med bay, fix him up, and say, "Okay, now go before we destroy you"?
That's the thing. Why? But we never got to find out the actual facts of him, right? And that always frustrated me because I'm sure his backstory would have been fascinating if we ever got to see it, right?
Right. My jokes about Ron Glass aside, yeah, that is an
Ron Glass, what a great actor.
Speaking
awesome
of great
actor.
guys, speaking of great actresses, I just read an article where Anne Margaret, 84 years old, did a rare TV appearance, and she did two of her dance moves that she had back when she was dating Elvis back in the 50s and 60s. Oh my God, she could still do them, and she's 84.
And she didn't put her back out?
No, she didn't
Holy
throw her back
shit.
out at all.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, I hope I'm that flexible at 84, frickish.
No shit.
Hey, I'm not that flexible now at 67. So I got no hope of that.
Hey, you know what? You put a piece of ass 40 years younger in front of you and see how flexible you get.
Yeah, that's a beautiful theoretical.
my back. Oh, my back.
I don't
My
think
knees hurt.
I don't think there's any chance I'm going to get a 20-something piece of ass in front of me in the next week. So just
Hey, this is all we're talking hypotheticals, right? So if you
no, we're
hypothetically got something 40 years younger in front of you, you'd be as flexible as you'd had to be, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
You would.
As the saying goes, I'd be balls deep if I had that opportunity.
There you go, folks. That's all I'm saying.
I told Suzanne, like, I'd seen a picture of her in her 20s, and I said, Suzanne, I'd marry you way back then when you were in 25 years old. And she looks great now. And I said, but back then, God, she was a hottie. Oh man, I would have definitely gone after Suzanne back then.
Well, yeah, it's like me and PvP talking earlier about Anne. What's her name? That nice
Anne Margaret.
peach. Yeah, you know.
Or Anne Francis.
Anne Francis was smoking hot back in her day. Yeah.
Oh no, Anne Margaret was more smoking hot.
I don't know. I kind of like Anne Francis personally.
I mean, you know who really fucking got my gizmo going when I seen her on TOS? Was the gal that eventually wound up playing Dr. Pulaski on TNG when she was on TOS.
Huh.
Oh, you mean Diana Muldaur?
Yes, when she was in TOS, holy fuck nuts. She was a hot little blonde back in the 60s.
No, well, wait a sec. Are you talking about the one that supposedly was in that Frozen, Mr. Argos or whatever his name was?
Well, I don't know.
Argos?
Whatever.
You're talking about Marion Hartley. You're talking about
whoever played Pulaski on TNG was in TOS.
Pulaski was okay. Yeah,
Diane Muldaur played on TOS.
Diane Muldaur was in Is There No Truth in Beauty?
There is no truth in beauty. Yes,
exactly,
thank you.
That one. Yes, thank you. Yeah. I was also talking about Marion Hartley, who was in that, Mr. Argos.
Marion Hartley is in the second last episode, All Our Yesterdays.
All Our Yesterdays, yes.
And Marion Hartley, I would have loved to have done it with too, of course.
You would have done it in the frozen tundra instead of Spock, or
let's put it this way: I could have generated a lot of heat inside her cavern, if you know what I'm saying.
But then that means you'd have to kill off McCoy, man. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
come on, we can have that, but
Screw McCoy. McCoy would probably have a heart attack from watching us banging each other anyway. So.
oh, that's right, because he likes salt creatures, right?
oh,
Oh
yeah.
God. Oh God. Where am I going
Yeah,
here?
he loved the salt creature. That's it. And what was and then of course what are little girls made of? Where Christine
Yeah,
wanted to do it
Miri,
with
who's
Dorothy
400 years old and looks like she's 14.
oh man, oh. There was some messed up relationships there, and
Well,
and why
I
and why?
mean, think about it though. She's 400, but she looks
Yeah.
like she's 14.
Yeah, and what about Miri? Oh my God, with
That's the girl I'm
Shatter
talking
and
about.
Miri?
Yes,
well,
that's the girl I'm talking
crap.
about.
we're talking Kim Darby, right? Kim Darby.
Yeah, Kim Darby. Yeah,
Well, whatever
She
her
was-
name is, I didn't
she
know
was,
her name.
She actually,
Yeah,
didn't she win the Academy Award about 4 or 5 years later when she did that Western with John Wayne?
That's the one I was talking about, the John Wayne movie that she did.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the one where she
Sarah?
said, "I
Two
like
years
you.
for
You're
Sarah?"
so big in your saddle," or whatever.
Yeah, was that 2 Mules for Sarah?
No. That was John Wayne's iconic Western. I can't remember it now.
True Grit?
Damn. True Grit. That's it.
I'm glad you
Okay.
said that because I was about to say Blazing Saddles.
Oh God, no. I don't. I have a feeling John Wayne would have not appreciated Blazing Saddles.
No, he actually, I've seen some behind the scenes, and John Wayne really hated Mel Brooks for that movie.
Oh God. Well, I think John
I don't blame
Wayne.
him. I don't, but it was a parody, and it was hilarious. You know who I really enjoyed, and this is honest
Oh,
God
God.
truth. I thought Gene Wilder was funny, but I thought Cleavon Little playing the Black Sheriff was better. I actually loved him in that.
You know who would have been better if they could have got him?
Oh, Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor. Yep.
Yeah. Well, if he didn't do so many drugs,
If he wasn't
they
on
did consider him
heroin
for
at the
that.
time, yeah.
Well, they
So-
did consider him for that at the time. They thought they could get both Pryor and Wilder together, but didn't quite work out. But that's
I
okay.
know,
Wilder
I
was
know.
happy with Cleavon anyway, so
Well,
it didn't matter.
the thing was, Blazing Saddles still is pretty much a classic, right? So
Oh, yeah.
It is.
it doesn't really
I got
matter,
you,
who is in it now. So
Oh my God, Dom DeLuise playing the producer of this dance step, this dance routine with the gay men that are doing their in full dress and the top hats and all that shit. Oh my God,
Mikey,
That
the DeLuise brothers on Sequest DSV.
Oh yeah. Oh
well,
You got Dom as the big dumb thing,
yes.
and you got the little brother.
Yeah.
With the gills in his neck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Peter and Peter Louise and then the
Peter
other one.
DeLuise and yeah.
Yeah, I remember those guys.
So
Quit playing for Peter.
wasn't Richard Pryor and Dom DeLuise in the producers, or am I forgetting something?
No, I don't think so.
the
I know-
producers?
I know
No, I
that,
thought the producers was Matthew Broderick and
No. I'm talking the 1960s version.
oh, the original. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah, I'm trying to
But-
remember that because that was
Well, I
a
just watched-
classic.
Yeah, well, I just watched the movie just a few hours ago. That movie Stir Crazy from 1980, Pryor and Wilder. Yeah, that
Yep,
was
Stir
fucking
Crazy, yep.
hilarious.
What was the other one that
Hear no evil, see no evil.
well, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the blind man.
Oh
and
my
the deaf man,
God!
yeah.
Yeah,
Hear no
as
evil,
he's
see no
doing
evil.
Their,
Oh my
their
God.
collaboration, and I was like, yeah, that okay, yeah. One.
I
was
don't know what her
blind,
butt
one
looked
was-
like, but holy fuck, she smelled good.
God. Oh
And,
my! I feel so bad.
instead of me picking her out of a lineup, can I smell her out of a lineup?
Yeah, that's hilarious. That was funny. I love those movies. Yeah. Yeah, I think the closest buddy movie comedy I can relate to that was Steve Martin and the late John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh my god, I love that movie. Yes,
Yeah,
such an
Hey,
awesome.
that's not
Christmas
my
movie.
leg.
yeah,
That's not my leg.
What is that thing?
that is a good one. Yeah, I gotta say that's.
Oh my god, I could not. That is one of my all-time favorites because I cannot stop laughing. I don't know
You
what
know,
it is.
you
Every
know,
scene is just hilarious.
I gotta say, an older buddy movie I really like too is Some Like It Hot with Jack Lemmon
Oh yeah,
and
with the
Tony
famous Jack
Curtis.
Lemmon.
And Tony
yeah.
Curtis.
Like it hot, hot.
And they
hot.
got, of course, they got the total hot Marilyn Monroe in that movie too.
Oh
don't
my
forget.
god, yeah. What? Well, yeah.
That
Yeah.
movie, I
What
love
was
that
the
movie
gay guy
because
who said at the end, PvP, who said, "Well, you can't have it all."
Well, did
No,
she
no,
have the?
no.
Well, my question is, in that movie, did she have the 7-year itch or the 7-inch itch?
Well, there's another movie with a 7-year itch with another guy. I can't remember it, but that's a great movie too, by the way.
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
7-year itch, yeah. Oh
I
no,
tell
was
you,
that
I
William
tell you,
Holden?
I would scratch Marilyn's itch anytime she wanted me to.
Wait, was that William Holden? Was the 7-year itch?
Ah, he would.
I don't think it. No, I think it was another kind of minor actor that I don't think's remembered too well now.
It wasn't. Okay, wait. Let me.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think the actor was overly famous, but he was excellent in the role. He really played it well, I got to say, against Marilyn.
Right, and it was called the 7-year itch. Right. Okay.
7-year itch, probably 1950s or early
Wasn't
60s.
that Tony? What's his name?
No, it wasn't him. It was Tom Yule.
Yeah,
1955.
that's the guy, Tom Yule. Yeah, not an
Okay,
actor, not a name actor that most people would remember.
No,
Not,
I don't-
not
yeah, I
really. Yeah, not really recognizable.
But he's good. He's very good in the role. though.
And the thing is, that's one of her most iconic photos ever taken, where she's standing over the subway grate in New York City with the white dress.
Oh yeah, and her blouse goes up.
and her
Oh, yeah.
and her dress
Yeah,
goes up because the subway went underneath.
Yeah, it's like the warm air from the subways blowing up her pussy.
Well, yeah, because
No.
they got those grates, so the air from the subway going by blows that air up.
I can imagine guys back in the 50s watching that movie and almost having orgasms watching that scene.
Oh my god, I hit an ankle.
Like, seriously,
No, that-
Marilyn was so hot back then. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's too bad about Tom Yule. He did
Oh,
pass
shit.
in 1994, but he was nominated for a Primetime Emmy for. You remember that movie, the series called Beretta?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I do remember
yeah.
Beretta. Yeah.
Yeah, I
he was
watched
nominated
some of
for
those.
playing Billy Truman in that.
You know,
won a
another
Primetime-
okay, Mikey.
nominated for prime time.
Quick sidebar, Mikey. Another TV series I want to do,
Yes.
The Equalizer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're talking the original 80s Equalizer, right?
Yes, not the one with what's his name?
Not the crap one.
No,
No,
that
not
crappy
the
one.
not the movies with Denzel. I want to do the original 80s series.
Oh, Edward Woodward. Woodward, right?
Yeah, Edward Woodward. Yes.
Yes, because I've seen so much stuff online about the Equalizer this, the Equalizer that, and I'm thinking, what the fuck happened to the 80s series with the white guy in it?
Oh, by the way, the Equalizer theme was written by the drummer of the Police,
Awesome
Yes.
artists, by the way. Yes,
which is why it sounds so cool, because it's a great theme, because it was written by a great musician.
I remember
It was written by
what
Stuart Copeland, yeah.
all I remember is this is Equalizer coming on the screen in outlined red letters, and then black behind it with a white line all of a sudden going through Equalizer.
And I remember
Yeah.
they would show him towards the end of the credits in front of his car, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. He was a retired intelligence agent, and then he turned private detective. Yeah. I remember
Well,
that.
Yeah, it was like a lot of shows. It was like a private gun for hire kind of show, right?
Guess what
Private
else?
dick.
Guess what else they're trying to fuck up nowadays? I heard they're
That's
trying
what they
to
called them back then. They called them private dicks.
I heard they're trying to redo fucking Fall Guy nowadays.
No, don't do Fall Guy.
No,
No.
fuck.
No, they've already have. There's like a Fall Guy
Well-
movie or some bullshit.
Hey,
No,
hey,
oh,
Mike,
yeah, I
Mike,
know. That was with Ryan Gosling. That was bullshit.
hey,
We
Mike,
don't
Mikey,
think they're
Mikey,
real.
Mikey, are you waiting for the woke version of the A-Team coming up soon?
You
Oh
know
my
what?
God,
That came
yeah.
out a few years ago, and I've already gave.
Oh no,
my
I was
thoughts.
not
Yeah.
aware of that.
But now Liam Neeson, who kind of did ruin the A-Team reboot.
Yeah,
movie.
he kind of did. He was the only one that ruined that whole
And-
fucking movie.
Fuck.
Yeah, but now I have no more respect for him because he's going to do Naked Gun. He's coming back.
Oh,
to do
fuck
Naked
him.
Gun.
No, you can't do Naked Gun. No, fuck you.
And
No.
even with Pamela Soon Anderson, I'm like, what are you doing? Digging Pamela out of mothballs? The
Are
woman
you,
does not look
are you
good. I'm
digging up her
sorry.
grave? What the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
what I can't understand is whatever happened to originality in
Yeah.
They
because
have
it's
no
interesting.
imagination. They don't know how to be true to the IPs that they're working on.
So this is why I okay. I'm probably 20 years away from passing away, but I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because I
Well,
was
good. That gives me at least 30 years, so I feel better.
Okay,
but
so
I was okay. Just let me finish my thought, guys.
Yeah.
I was a kid. I was born in 1958. I was a little young child growing
Jesus
up.
Christ, you're only 3 years younger than my mom, bud.
I'm fucking old. Okay, yeah, I'm not.
you're fucking old.
I
I
don't
can't
care.
even claim that yet.
That's not a big deal for me. It's like you're as old as you feel, and yeah, my body
Wait,
feels like shit.
did
but
you say 53 or 58?
I'm 67.
1958 is
You're
he's
67. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you just
So
had a birthday.
you're.
You were there. You were there, Jay. We celebrated his birthday.
No, I didn't go to
2
that
weeks
birthday
ago.
bash. No, I didn't.
Okay. Here's my backstory. I was born the year the Russians put the Sputnik satellite in orbit when it started the space race. Right?
57.
Okay, whatever. Fuck it. I mean, it's close enough, right? Anyway, I was when the Beatles hit in like 1962 or whatever. I remember hearing all that crap on the radio. I want to hold your hand. Yeah, all that shit.
I want to hold your hand.
And you know, the crazy thing was everybody says, "Oh, your parents would hate it." No, my parents loved it. My parents and I, we would drive down the car with the car radio on. My parents would crank it up when the Beatles came on, and I'd be jumping around on the back seat like a kangaroo because we were free range. There was no fucking seatbelts in the cars back then, which was glorious.
No, we used to sleep in the back window. Even in the 80s.
It was a different
Jay?
age.
Yeah, Jay, did you already see the collaboration video recently? Motley Crue and Dolly Parton doing "Home Sweet Home."
Oh,
Good
Jesus
Lord.
Christ. So what were they doing? Playing bass drums on her tits?
No.
Wow.
She in earlier this year in Nashville, she went and recorded her female vocals for "Home Sweet Home" that Motley Crue redid.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I
no.
know.
Yeah. No. No. No.
Okay, okay, Mikey, are we going to see Judas Priest doing a duet with Shania Twain next week?
You mean Shania Wine? I hope not.
No, Shania Twain. You know,
Whine
I know
about
her real
this,
name, but
woman.
That's what Suzanne calls her, Shania Wine. She's
Yeah,
not
she's a
really
whiny
well known around
bitch.
here.
you know what I'm saying? I can't think of two more bizarre combinations than that one.
Oh my god, that would be terrible. And you know what's funny is
You know, you
they
call her
put her
Shania
name-
Twain, but I call her Shania Crane lately. Look at the fucking way
Crane.
that bitch
Oh
goes.
yeah, that's weird.
I'll
Yeah,
say
how
one.
you-
I'll say one thing though. She did do the parade in Calgary Stampede, and
Oh,
I
God,
thought,
yeah,
well,
I saw
that's
that.
good. That's good because just to throw shit in Mark Carney's face is always worthwhile. So yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, but did you see her jiggly wigglies?
I don't
Yeah.
need to see her jiggly wiggies because I'm not
Oh
too worried about her.
yeah.
Yeah, she
And
got
get this,
she got really jiggly wiggly.
yeah, Jay. And get this: at the beginning of the video, they call it Dolly Crew. Oh my god.
Oh fuck no. No, I gotta go take a geologic break, and hopefully nothing geologic is out of the top end.
I'll give
Hey,
Dolly
you know,
credit.
but granted, this collab though, even though it's so weird as fuck, it's not a bad rendition of Home Sweet Home. I have to say, she's still, Dolly might be as old as she is, but she still has chops when it comes to singing. So I was like, wow, okay. I accepted that only because her harmonies were perfect.
Well, the thing is, I like Dolly as a person, right? Like,
yeah.
I've only listened to some of her hits. I'm not a big Dolly Parton fan.
Hey, Jolene is one of my all-time favorites. I love
yeah,
that song.
yeah. But I'm not a big. I consider her by the '70s to be more in the modern country era, like transitioning into it.
But considering what they're doing, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, B, but
No,
considering
I'm just gonna say I like her as a person. I don't always really have much interest in her music. Is what I'm trying to say.
right. Well, it's like metal rock meets country. Okay, it to me it seemed to work. I mean, I thought it was okay. All right, but when you're telling me you're going to start meshing current country guys like Al Dean and all these guys with hip hop bullshit, I'm like, come on, what the hell? You don't need to bring hip hop into country music. No fucking way. Don't do that.
Well,
fuck.
they've already destroyed country music by bringing pop music into it, right?
Oh man.
Okay, I'll tell you. This is my country. My country is like Johnny Cash, and all those 50s and 60s country people, right?
Like Suzanne met Tom T. Hall, like all those guys, like
Tom T. Hall, like all the classics, even up to the 70s. What was the one?
You met the guy from Yeehaw. What was his name? Roy Clark.
What was the guy that did the most beautiful girl in the world song? I can't.
Oh yeah, that was Charlie Rich.
Yeah, even Charlie Rich, like in the 70s, like I from 50s, 60s, but I think mainly 50s and 60s for me. Like
I love singing that.
Country was an incredibly strong genre back then, and okay, I'll tell you, what's it? The guy that sang 100 Miles from Nowhere. 100 miles from nowhere.
I'm 100 miles from nowhere.
What's his name?
I don't remember who that was.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at that. By the way, while I'm looking that up, Equalizer lasted 4 seasons. We could easily do watch parties with Equalizer.
Well, I just want to get to that. We got one season shows, and Constantine is one I'd love to watch, but I know you're not a fan of that, Mikey. So,
oh, all right.
Well, I like it though because he is a demon hunter, and I kind of like watching his exploits. And his second in command is an artist, and she's always sketching scenarios that he's going to have to face during the episodes, right?
Okay, you're talking about Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah, Dwight Yoakam. I think Dwight is the only modern guy that actually does traditional country.
Yeah. Well, in Equalizer, not only Edward Woodward, but do you remember Richard Lansing? He was Gary Seven.
Oh, right. He was Gary Seven.
Yeah, Robert Lansing. Robert Lansing. I meant to say,
it's a good show. Robert. I mean, I probably saw. I didn't see all the episodes, but I probably saw half of the series or something, right? So.
Well, I would love to do that. Well, you know what? I would talk it over with you and Larry.
The thing is, though, did not Gorilla commit like 2 weeks ago to do all the Twilight Zones on Thursday?
I think so. Yes,
I actually thought that was a really
good night, Jim. I had to go to Loja. Take care, buddy.
Falling asleep.
Good night, Jim. I kind of thought Twilight Zone was a mistake on Gorilla's part because Jill is already doing it every week. She just probably did it.
I mean, yeah, that'd be like doing Star Trek. You got so many idiots out there doing Star Trek. Okay,
I don't see why he wants to do Twilight Zone because there's been multiple channels that have already done it, right?
Well, here's my thought on that. Okay, the only reason you would do something that somebody else is doing is because you think you can do it better. Okay, and in a lot of cases, that is very true, right?
Well,
but if you got somebody else out there that you know is a friend of yours that's doing the same thing, why would you compete with them?
Well, I think Jill generally does Twilight Zone reviews on Tuesday mornings. So Gorilla wants to do a watch party on Thursday evening, so I suppose it's different in that sense. But still, I think he. And the thing is, this went for 5 seasons, 158 episodes. I wish Gorilla would pick a short show that's like maybe 15, 20, 30 episodes long.
How about some Stephen King short stories?
How about Amazing Stories? That would be one.
Exactly,
Yeah,
amazing
from-
stories, something like
Yeah,
that.
from Spielberg. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like we got to. Okay, guys, we got to talk to Gorilla. We got to talk to him.
we need to talk some sense into
We
Gorilla.
got to go. Hey, Gorilla, get off your fucking vine and
Why do you think is okay? I know this is my new channel, but you guys know I've got years of experience on YouTube. Why do you think I haven't committed this channel to doing stuff like that yet? Number one, I don't have the watch base. Number two, I need to know if I'm going to commit to this, that there's going to be people committed to coming up on panel with me and going to be there consistently and that are going to see this through with me, right? That's off the top, number 3, right? That's 3 things off the top right there.
But Jay, you know right now that the 3 of us, and I'm sure if Daniel wanted to come join, he would. The 3 of us all have similar interests. We really do enjoy really good television, like stuff we saw back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Predator watch party stuff.
Absolutely. I'm not limited to sci-fi, even though that's what my name is.
No.
I'm not limited to it.
All right, PvP. Cool. Yeah. Oh, this is great. This is something new now in the private chat.
Yeah, he says be right back.
No, not just that. But this is something new probably on my StreamYard where it shows you how many people are actually in the studio.
Oh, wait. Are you restreaming this?
I'm not restreaming. No.
No, because I give people permission to do that. So
yeah, no, that's fine, and I do too once in a while. But no, what I'm reading is here in the private chat. It says studio chat 4 people. I never saw that before.
Well, yeah, no, I've never seen that before either. So all it says on my live side is I got 2 people watching. So
yeah, and it says what I'm seeing is it says it's got 4 of us. So.
Well, hey, you know what? Shout out to the people that are lurking and gurking.
Lurkers. Hey. Yeah. Hey, Jade, were you supposed to get when you got your StreamYard, switched around, whatever? Do you qualify for that $10 discount, or you have to be?
You know what? I tried every which way before I went live tonight. They just wouldn't
get it right. Yeah.
Yep, they wouldn't give it to me.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. No, because I would have done the $10 one.
Sure.
If you go back to the very beginning of the stream, at the very beginning, I said, "Oh, my live intro." When I hit live, doesn't do my intro, so I hit the live, and then it just went live like this. I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'll mute myself and do it old school, the way I used to, which is what we used to have to do with StreamYard before it was even a feature, which is mute myself and hit the intro. So I did that.
Right. Yeah. So, Daniel, you haven't said anything in a while, buddy. What's going on with you? What's happening? What's happening with you and Coco and the family, and what's going on?
I got back from Stone Road Mall, and it was a pretty good day.
Hey, what's the name of your girl?
Actually, no, it wasn't a good day. It wasn't a good day at all, actually. It was...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I went to Stone Road Mall today. I went to eat at the
Holy fuck, you guys got malls that are still open?
Yeah. I went to the food court. I got some food because I was under stress, and I'm a stress eater. I eat when I'm under stress. And
you're still a skinny fucker though.
Oh, you should see me. My belly's sticking out. I'm kind of getting a little bit.
Hey, I'm almost. You know what? I'm pushing 50, and I got dad bod belly. It's not a big belly. It's just a dad belly. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, now if I start doing sit-ups, Is
If you
that
do
fat
some
gonna
crunches, you
disappear,
could
or is it
lose.
gonna go somewhere else that I don't want it to go?
I was gonna say, Jay, if
my
you
aunt-
do crunches, you could probably lose some of it,
Oh, I know I could.
like
Yeah.
I need. You know,
Easily, yeah.
yeah.
My aunt called me fat.
Your aunt's. Never mind. I know that.
Okay, but is your aunt fat? That's my question.
Is
I
she
don't know, I
fatter
haven't
than
seen
you?
her in like decades.
Is she fatter than you? You ain't seen each other in decades, and she calls you fat.
That's
Well,
just rude.
You know
You
what you
don't-
say? You say you're an uninformed individual. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to see how fat I am because
No, you take up all my screen.
exactly. I take up 2 screens actually.
Oh
Yeah,
no, you're not.
and
Oh,
my
come
screen
on,
ain't that
Timothy, you're
big.
not that bad. Come on.
Oh, I'm
Really?
too fat. I'm just working on trying to reduce because I'm way too fat.
I'm fucking with you, PvP. I've never seen you in person.
No, man, getting old sucks, and getting old, your metabolism, stops.
You know, I was 285, 20, or not 285, but 185 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know that old joke
I
you know that old joke, it goes from your chest and your arms down to your lower half? That ain't no joke, folks. It really happens.
Well, gravity does exist.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing, yes.
Hey, look at those hot 70s babes that used to have great perky tits, and now they're down to their
Yeah,
fucking
now they're
knees,
down to their
right?
belly buttons.
Yeah,
What the
exactly.
fuck? Gravity.
I mean, I'm at least. Well, you guys have seen me where like I have clothes on and shit, but
Well,
I
thank
weigh-
God
I
for
weigh-
that.
I weigh
Yeah,
240.
you're right.
Yeah, but I mean, I weigh about 270. I mean, I'm heavy. I'm big.
You know,
I'm terrible.
I'm the same size I've been for the last 20 years. Knock on wood, and I got real wood right there. Knock, 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 knock. But you know what?
That's what Nikki said.
Oh, shoot. But anyway, no, it's like it went from
Hey, that's a hard thing.
it went from my arms and my chest down to my gut and into my butt, and the rest went up to my face. And I look at my face, I'm like, why do I look like such a fat fucker? I'm not even fat. Oh God, what the hell?
It's just gonna gain more. It's just gonna gain more as you get older, Jay. You know.
Oh, it's horrible. No, and this
I know,
is why.
right?
And you know, I'm okay. I'm pushing 50. You know why guys have midlife crises. This is why. This is why, right here, folks.
I'm just gonna warn Daniel. Daniel, when you reach your 50s, you're oh no. I don't know if you're gonna be prepared for that, my friend. You need to maintain some sort of diet, you know.
I like you know what? My advice to Daniel right now is work out every
As much as you can, all the fucking time. PvP.
Absolutely.
No, PvP, your device disconnected, bro.
Oh no.
I see you. You're in the basement, but your device disconnected. You got whatever you did. You got to fix it, bro.
He might have hit the wrong button again.
Yeah, he probably hit the wrong button. He's still in the basement.
Gorilla does that.
It just says device not connected.
Gorilla does that every once in a while too. Oh man.
You see that, PvP? You're not the only chunky monkey that fucks shit up. Now I got to bring you up and get rid of your other one. Okay. Hold on, PvP. I got to get rid of your other one. There we go.
Thing is, I didn't hit any tabs at all, and it just suddenly disconnected. So it's
no, you're acting like Santa Claus.
I know StreamYards has been doing weird shit over the last couple of months, and I didn't touch nothing, and it just disconnected.
Well, you know what? This is my first night on the free StreamYards in over 2 years. So guess what? They're probably fucking with me. So
yeah, I don't know. They're obviously the easiest one to use for live streams, but
obviously that's why I got 30 free email accounts just to use them, so I don't have to be 10 hours a month.
But sometimes they really do fuck up weird shit.
Oh, they do. Yes, absolutely, they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna tell Daniel, because I know he's into big movies and stuff. Okay, Daniel, do me a huge favor. If you get a chance, go ahead and if you can find them on YouTube, and I know they're around, go ahead and watch the trauma. Watch the Trauma's 3 different toxic adventures, and then if you want, and if you like it afterwards, then go see the one on August 27th when it premieres.
Oh, okay.
But you have to watch the first 3 before you see the one there on the 27th.
Are those difficult movies though, Mikey? Like
they're hard to watch, I know, but still they're hilarious.
You might be over.
They're just so bad that they're good. What?
You might be overloading Daniel with too much bad stuff.
Working out also like they say walking is the perfect exercise, right? I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. Like, what if I walk maybe 2 hours a day?
That'll work too, man. Walking is good.
If you walk 2 hours a day, I bet you'll live to be 100, Dan.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'd be so cool. Thanks.
No. Yeah. My mother lived to be 92, and she walked. She never drove a car. I was
gonna say funny.
She never wanted to drive a car. She never had a driver's license.
Oh.
She walked everywhere for 92.
I thought you said how did she walk? I was going to say funny.
No, but she walked everywhere. That was what she did. She walked because our hometown was small enough where you could, take an hour to walk from one end of town to the other, right?
Well, so is mine, and I live in a very moderate university town.
So the thing I'm saying, though, is my mother walked religiously, and she was in great shape until about 90 when she had a fall. And then I started taking her, out for groceries and stuff in the car, right? And she basically 2 years later, she fell down, broke her hip, and died. So I'm saying,
whoa! You got to back up because my stepdad had a hip replaced 10 years ago. He's having his other one replaced in about a week. Breaking a hip don't fucking kill you.
No, yeah. It wasn't that. It was the post-surgical delirium. Because she was in and out of reality. I went to that week to the hospital, and I saw her a couple of times, and one day she would be fine, and the next day she wouldn't even know I was there.
Oh, that just means she wanted to give up, bud.
No, she was so out of there. They actually put boards. They put actually wooden boards on her arms so she couldn't.
Yeah, she couldn't fucking hurt herself. Yeah.
It was crazy, and the morning she passed away, some fucking nurse or doctor gave her water to drink.
Oh my god, the worst thing you can fucking do is water for a person that can't fucking.
And she was so weak from the surgery, she inhaled the water into her lungs.
Yeah, exactly. She aspirated on the fucking water.
She aspirated and died about 10 hours later. Yes.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That right there is what I deal with Nikki every fucking day is aspiration because of her Huntington's disease.
Well, never give a weak person water. I'd say if you could put an intravenous.
And I agree 100% with you, PvP. My Nikki, with her Huntington's disease, that is the number one risk of her death is aspirating. It's aspiration. It's not the fact that she's sick. It's not the fact she has a genetic disease. It's the fact that, you know what? Even as hospice comes into my house 2-3 times a week, they encourage her to say, hey, you know what? We know you have tube feedings. We know you got a tube, in your belly to get your vitamins, everything that you need to survive. But if you want to have those foods that make you feel good and give you, make you feel good because you can taste them and you can eat them and whatever, go ahead. And the worst one of those is water.
Yeah, I would say if they could put a water drip into somebody's belly or whatever.
Oh, you can right through the G tube, right through the gastro end tube.
I would say that's the only I was so angry when. Get this, I'm asleep in bed. I get the phone call because the day before they wanted me to do the paperwork to send my mother to retirement home, and I promised her, she was like, never send me to a home because she was in her 20s when she worked in.
My Nikki's the same way. My Nikki's the same way. You know what? She's 40 years old, and she's like the size of my fucking pinky, dude. You
But-
know what she says to me? She says, I don't care how bad I get, don't let me ever be put in a home. I want to be here at home. I want to be with you. I want to be with little sci-fi. I want to be right here at home. I'm like, you know what, baby? You're going to be here at home. You're going to be here at home
That's
until the
that's the
very end.
same.
The
Yeah,
thing-
that's the same thing with my parents. Is they want to be in their home. They don't want to die in a hospital. And
Well,
I refuse to put them in one.
the thing is, my mother worked in an old folks home when she was in her 20s or whatever, right?
Yeah, my
and
mom did
she's-
too, a hospital. Yeah.
She saw horrible shit. Like they used to tie old people to chairs. They'd stick them in the closet.
Oh, back
for
then?
hours.
Oh, it was horrible back then.
Yeah, it
Horrible.
was horrible.
Yeah, it was bad back then.
And my mother made me never put me in a home. And I told you, Mother, I will never do that. And thank God, you know, I was so afraid because I thought they were going to transfer her like next week. And then,
You know,
of
my
course,
dad,
she passed away. And it was
Mm-hmm.
actually a blessing. It was actually
Yes.
a blessing.
yes,
you
my
know.
dad told me that in 2005, you know, because he held it back from me and my sister that he was so sick. You know, he had lung cancer, but he
Oh.
beat it the first time.
Good.
And then it came back in stage 3. And then he
Yeah.
called me, right? He called me and he said, boy, there's something I got to tell you. I'm like, what, Dad, what? You know, me, because I was only in my 20s. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Lung cancer.
You know, and because I didn't know what the fuck. He never told me.
Lung
And
cancer. Lung cancer.
Yeah,
is very
he
bad.
told me he's like, I got sick, I fell down in front of my door, my
Shit.
coworkers had to come get me. I'm like, Dad, what do you need me to do? He's like, I need you to come up here because I don't know how long I got. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? He's just like, you need to get here. I'm like,
And this
I'm like-
is your military. This is your military dad telling you this.
yeah, my military dad told me this. I'm like, okay, bet I'll be there, because you know he taught me. He's like, you know what? If somebody ever says they need you, you fucking go.
Yeah.
No matter what, you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember that, Daniel.
yeah.
If God forbid, if anything happens to your folks or anything, even despite your past history with them, you go. You
I
go
just-
where they are.
As
Yeah.
I wanted to tell Daniel before we got into this great conversation,
Yeah.
walk as
A
much
lot.
as you can every day.
Just even if it's going around the block a few times.
Even if you just walk 15 or 20 minutes or anything.
Yep,
Like,
half mile up the road, half mile back. That's
My
all
mother-
you need.
yeah, my mother walked for like 90 years and she was so healthy. Like my mother at 90 had the fitness of a 30-year-old, right? Like she was
Oh,
incredible.
jeez.
No, she was
Wow.
amazing woman. I mean, I miss her so much because she's been gone 8
I
years now.
know you do, PB.
But you know, those last 2 years, she had that horrible fall and busted her head. I remember in the emergency, I saw her, and
I did not mean to make a joke about that. I'm sorry, bud.
no, but they had all the stitches and had all the blood, and I'll never forget that. And it was like, oh fuck. But she recovered, but she spent. Thank God, it was almost because she used to do the hall monitors at the school for like during the lunch hour.
Oh,
right?
I used to be on the safety guard.
But yeah,
Are you
Oh my God, I'm a nerd. I'm a dork.
so she basically spent July and August sleeping every day. Like she slept and slept.
Well,
and
yeah,
slept and
if you
slept.
hit your head, dude, trust me. You know
Yeah.
what happened to me when I got attacked coming out of my store a few years ago? Do you remember that story?
I remember
told
you
me
mentioning
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in the hospital down 60 miles away, 80 miles away, I was literally out of it for 3 days straight, barely
Yeah.
getting conscious to go to the fucking bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to finish. My mom, she never fully recovered from that, and then, you know, she tripped and broke her hip a few years later. It was sad at
And
the end.
I'm sorry about that.
Hey,
baby.
Daniel, is Coco available?
I just
Coco?
want to say, Daniel, walking is a miracle thing. I mean,
It is. It really is.
you don't have to go to expensive gym. You don't have to pay big fees to pump iron. Just go out walking 15 or 20
Dude,
minutes
I'll tell
a
you,
day.
if my girl could walk right now, she'd walk all around this downtown that we live in. Trust me, walking is, oh my God, it's so fucking good.
Walking is very good. Yes.
I think as I get older, I think Suzanne and I will probably go over to Scarborough Town Center and walk that whole mall early in the morning.
You know what? You better walk that mall. You better be those wall muckers I used to make fun of.
Okay, Mikey,
Make fun of wall markers?
I just want to ask Mikey, you use a walker, I think you've mentioned to me several times.
Use a walker, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't talking about him using a walker. I was just saying
No.
he better go walk around.
No, but I mean, they call them mall walkers.
Mall walkers. Yeah, mall walkers.
Mall walkers, right.
My grandma
So-
used to do that
Really
back in the
early morning.
90s. Yeah, fuck yeah.
I used to do that. We had this when I lived in North Phoenix in Arizona. We had this mall called Paradise Valley Mall. There were early people that got there like about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, as soon as the mall opened, they're waiting to get in with their walkers so I can walk around. Fuck yeah.
Well, no, not the walkers, but regular people just walking. But they did that as exercise. And I saw
Exactly,
a lot of
they
students
did. They
do that.
did
Yeah,
until about 10 o'clock before the fucking kids came in on the weekends.
exactly. Before they opened up the stores. And
Yes,
stuff. I saw
yes.
them a lot. Yeah.
My
And
grandma used to do
because
that.
Daniel
Yes.
mentioned- yeah, and the reason I mentioned it is because Daniel said he has a mall near where he is there in Bellwood, and I said, well,
Absolutely.
that's what you should do is like walk that mall, the entire length of it for at least,
You
one
know,
day a week.
and I'll give you another challenge. My dad, rest his soul, gave me a challenge before he died.
Yeah.
He said, here is a Marine Corps workout that's cut in half. I dare you to do it. You know what? I can do it.
Cool.
I'll teach you how to do it if you want to fucking try. Now, can you do push-ups and pull-ups?
Not me anymore. I could at one time. I can't do that now. I really have a hard time.
Well, I still can, and I still think I'm out of shape. So,
Well, no, you're probably in better shape than I am, Jay.
no, I know I'm in damn good shape, but I feel like I'm a fat piece of shit, even though I can do it.
No, you don't. You don't feel
No.
that way.
Yes, I
Nikki loves
do.
you for you. No, but Nikki loves you for
loves
you.
me for my personality. Okay.
And Suzanne loves me because I give her more to love, besides my intelligence.
Uh,
Yeah. Well.
nobody loves me because of my personality.
Oh, PvP, we love you because you're a dank.
I just need I need an attractive woman that will love me for
Oh,
Why
so
did
you
you
need her to
call-
love you for your. Never mind.
Hey,
I don't care.
I don't
I don't care
of
what she-
Asian-
I don't care what she loves me for as long as she loves me. Like,
Hey, PvP.
Hey,
there's a lot of-
PvP,
there's a
yes,
lot of
you
ads for-
Yes, you should care for why she loves you. You know why? Because if she don't love you for the right reason, she ain't the right woman.
oh
Fuck
well,
her.
if she wants to get close to my bank account, she's got no chance at all. So.
No chance.
No,
You got.
don't worry
no
about that.
Yeah,
Like,
what that?
Like,
what's
go
that?
away,
Hey,
go bigger.
Mikey, bring up the No Chance song, will you, brother? No,
No
by
Chance
Vince
song?
McMahon. Yes, bring that song.
Hey,
You got no chance.
can we get back to one season series for Gorilla?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, I'm just going to say I brought a list up. One season series for Gorilla's random thoughts to do watch parties. The Prisoner with Patrick McGowan. That's a great show.
Yeah, I saw the entire season of that on PBS. So yes,
Fucking great
like
show.
this one.
I used to
Yeah.
watch it in the 70s when the local PBS channel ran it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
My so-called life. I hear that's pretty good.
oh my God, really? That song? My sister used to watch that.
Freaks and Geeks. Of course, Firefly, which Gorilla already did.
Firefly. You know,
No.
did Gorilla ever do Serenity though?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
did
know.
the Serenity movie. He showed
He
it.
probably
Yeah,
did.
He
Anyway, next one was The Honeymooners with Ralph Crandom.
To the moon, Alice, to the moon.
And
Yeah.
how about Irwin Allen's Time Tunnel? That was only one
Yes.
season.
Wait,
That's a great show.
Edwin Erlen
Yes.
Allen, is that the one I used to get confused with the
Irwin
paint
Allen. Yeah,
commercial.
he also did. Yeah, he also.
No,
did
I used to get that
Bridge to
confused
the
with
Bottom of the Sea.
No,
With
I
David.
literally used to get that confused with the Sherwin-Williams paint commercial.
No.
Oh.
Irwin Allen's the guy that did Lost in Space, and
Lost in Space.
Voice to the Bottom of the Sea was the second one. Time Tunnel was like his probably. third
Time
favorite.
Tunnel. I fucking love that show.
That's
Yeah,
great. I love that show too. Yeah, and that
gotta
only
do that.
like that's only like 30 episodes, so Gorilla could easily do
Oh,
that.
wait a minute. So now I gotta do one by Lauren Green sci-fi shows. How about that?
Oh yeah, Battlestar Galactica. We
Oh,
got to do the
fucking-
original.
Fucking
That-
right.
didn't that?
That'll be the first one I do.
That was 2 seasons though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still.
Yeah,
worth
but
it.
still.
I'm just trying.
Hey,
to
don't
stick to one
forget
season shows.
V. Don't forget V the miniseries. Yeah.
Oh yeah, V the miniseries and V the Return with Monica.
Return.
Miranda
Yes.
Baccarin.
So there's
Oh.
three of the V by Lauren Green. V,
Yeah.
V the miniseries, and V the Return.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
Lauren Green is a Canadian legend because he did work on.
You know who else is? Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, he's probably still got his Alzheimer's or whatever he's struggling with. right?
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Get it right.
I'm sorry, but I knew he has some issues.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know what? He has a shaky disease that he takes probably what my missus takes, which is Keppra. So
Yeah. Anyway, another one, Kolchak the Night Stalker. That's 20 episodes.
Oh, Kolchak the Night Stalker.
yeah,
with,
Kolchak. That had
McGavin. Yeah,
Telly
McGavin.
Savalas. Didn't it?
Oh, remember we were speaking about Anne Francis earlier.
Yes,
Anne
we
Francis.
were.
We could do Honey West from the 1960s. She
Yes,
had 31
that movie,
episodes.
Honey West. Yeah.
Oh, the
That's
nice
it,
little
man.
peach from Forbidden Planet.
We could watch that hot peach in 31 episodes and just totally melt looking at her. Yeah.
Oh my fuck! Oh, somebody's got to set. You know what? Somebody's got to set this up for me. We got to do this shit.
I would have to gird my loins to watch her though.
Oh, you know what? You need to take a hand off your groin and put your pen to paper and write it down for us.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
you guys
we got-
should just do. There's two I can tell you right away. You should do
God.
the one season of Almost Human because it was so good on Sci-Fi.
More
I really
human
wanted
than
people-
human.
No, I really hated the people who got rid of it after that one season. It was one of my favorite.
I have
ones.
no idea what you're talking about. I was thinking of White
Aren't we
Zombie.
going to strictly commit to one season shows though?
I like Almost Human. It was great. I love that.
Yeah, but
Okay, one season shows. How about Buck Rogers?
Okay, there we go. Buck Rogers. is 20% true.
Buck Rogers had 2 seasons.
Yes,
Yeah, that too.
but 2 seasons. One was where he came out of a 500 years later. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, that was the 500-year sleep. He
Yeah.
woke up in what year? 2491.
24.
We're going for one.
And then he went to the USS Searcher. I guess it was USS.
Yeah, it
I'm
was called
going-
Searcher, but it was that was a dumb season. Come on, he's on a fucking ship.
Oh,
I-
come on. That's
Yeah.
not as bad as
on.
Battlestar Galactica 1980.
Oh, yeah,
God.
that 1980 was
Don't-
bad, man. Flying motorcycles.
Galactica 1980 was a crime against humanity.
You know, I
that was probably-
finally realized where GTA 5 got the Oppressor Mark II from.
Okay,
Watching Battlestar Galactica 1980.
I don't like the first season of that show though. I really don't.
You know what my favorite episode of Battlestar Galactica, the first season is when they were up there using, they had those little bubbles that they were taking star readings from because all the electronics on the ship died. So they were taking star readings, and they had radios in there, that could pick up AM, FM, and all that shit. And at the end of the episode, Starbuck and what's his fucking whatever the other guy is, fucking Apollo leave, and at the very end of the episode, you hear the moon, you hear the moon landing going on from Earth, which is where they were trying to go.
Wow,
And it
I
was
didn't
during
know that.
and it was during the first season of Battlestar Galactica.
No, I just want to mention another one was Erie, Indiana. Indiana that went 19 episodes.
Well, I've heard about Gary, Indiana, about a society gone downhill because fucking manufacturing left.
Erie, Indiana was pretty good, actually. I think I watched probably half of those.
What the fuck did the Erie have to do with Indiana? Indiana don't even touch Lake Erie.
It was just a weird ass show, like a weird ass show.
Obviously.
Wow.
Oh, Constantine, I know Mikey hates this show, but I think it's really great.
There's a TV show? Well, fuck, I love the movie with
it's got the character.
I like the movie with Keanu Reeves, but I mean, like, I'm not really into the series. So I'm just saying.
No, I've never seen the series, but Constantine the movie. Oh fuck yeah, I'll defend that every day of the week.
Personally, I think the guy that plays Constantine in the series kicks Keanu's ass. That's my personal opinion. I love that show. I love that show to death. It's Matt Ryan that plays Constantine. I think fucking Matt.
Who the fuck is Matt Ryan? Can somebody bring something up? Because
I don't know who the fuck he is, but he's great in that show. Like only 13 episodes.
Holy fuck! Daniel is so active in the chat right now.
He kicks ass, and I love how his accomplice is an artist that draws constant sketches about his enemies, and it's a fucking awesome show, man.
Okay, so Mikey, you want to? Daniel's got like 3 comments here, but you want to read these?
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah, Daniel said, sorry, I got a text because I don't want anyone to hear me, but I got to say, no, Mikey, no, I will never forgive those people for what they did to me. I was abused by police officers because of them.
Oh, yes, I know what he's talking about. So, okay.
Right, and he says, the cops surrounded me, called me names, told me I was going to die alone. The cop on the back was laughing his head off, and the cop in the front was telling me that I was going to die alone. Wow. And he says, you want me to forgive them for what they did to me? No. Someday when I am in my rent controlled apartment, I get a call and someone tells me that they died. I just hang up, chuckle, and play GTA.
You know what? I play GTA on the cops. Fuck those motherfuckers.
Well, my wife's parents, she left home.
My mom taught me to do good and do no harm. But you know what? She also taught me if somebody starts it, you better fucking finish it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, Daniel, that is your choice, and I will respect it. If that's what you want to do, that's what you got to do. Okay.
But don't lay down and be a limp dick either.
Right.
I just want to give Daniel one more piece of advice. Fuck all the,
fuck the bullshit. PvP.
Fuck your past. Fuck your past.
Exactly. Fuck the bullshit.
Past, if you hang on to your past, it's going to drag you down like a fucking anchor on a ship, right?
Yeah, that's like a song I play on here called "Fuck You" with the fucking anchor. We're gonna take you right to.
But I've done that. I've done that for too many years, where I think about what happened 40 or 50 years ago, and it fucks me up. And it's like I realized in recent years, it's like I don't want to do that shit anymore. And as I said to Daniel, walking is magic. It doesn't.
I wish I did growing up, but when I was sitting down.
Daniel, go out and walk 10 or 15 minutes a day. Just walk around your block.
Yeah. Just walk around your yard. Around your yard if you have.
It will change your life in a year. It will change your life in a year. Believe me.
It takes a year.
It will because over time. But if you do it only about 10 to 15 minutes a day, Daniel. Even if you do like a walk around your neighborhood, just do like in a
de-stress. We're saying de-stress.
Right.
The thing is, 6 years ago when I was going to the job counseling at my local community center, I would have to walk and get on the bus every day because my car had died. Right.
Yes.
And I would walk blocks and blocks
to get on the city bus to go where the fuck he had to go.
Yeah, back six years ago, I could walk like a trooper, right, for hours.
Yeah, like a stormtrooper.
Exactly. Well, I didn't have a good aim like a stormtrooper.
But he had oil on his back.
But seriously,
and by the way, Daniel Craig played a great stormtrooper in Force Awakens.
Anyway, my point is, I got my job 5 years ago, and then my boss moved us to work at home about 2 or 3 years, and I don't walk as much in the last 3 years, and man, my knees ever fucking paid the price.
It's called gout.
It's just called not walking enough is what it is.
Yeah, it's called being a lazy.
It's not about being lazy, but I mean, if Daniel wants to take
I
my
know
advice,
you're 10 years older than me.
Coco!
You're gonna say "fuck you, sci-fi." Wait till you're 60. Trust me, I get
Hey
it.
guys, this is the moment I really enjoy seeing Coco. Hi, Coco.
Coco, where's Coco? I don't see Coco in my chat, but hello, Coco. How you doing?
Well, no, he's at the camera. That's where Daniel's.
No, it's not even in my chat. So hey, Coco, how you doing? No, it's not in my chat. No.
Yeah, he's on the panel with Daniel, and Daniel's showing him through his camera. So.
Oh, Coco, the puppy dog. Hey, Coco.
Yeah, puppy dog.
Oh, you know what? That's a little Shih Tzu. That's a little Shih Tzu. Yes, it is. Yes. Coco. You know what? That's just like my mom's Shih Tzu was before he passed away. His name was Walkie. His name was Walkie. Yes. Nice. And that's
how old is Coco now, Dan?
He's gonna be 8 in August.
Oh my God! My oldest cat, Moon Pie, is 8. Wow, that is
wait.
awesome.
It's Moon Pie chocolate covered cream pie?
No. Moon Pie is a black Persian breed with Abyssinian in her.
It's black,
but
it's not black covered cream pie. Okay.
No. That black cream pie is Deja Vu, our younger one. She's going to turn 5. Okay. She's got this huge big white.
I don't know. You got so much pussy over there. I can't keep track of it.
It's okay. No, she has this big, white distinctive fur on her bottom, on her belly, and Deja Vu, and she is a Mancoon breed.
You know what? I used to have a black cat when I was growing up named Shadow with yellow eyes, like piss yellow eyes.
She used to have a Shadow. Yeah, Suzanne used to have a cat named Shadow.
That used to piss on everything. So.
Yeah.
Oh God!
I had Tiger Man who used to do that because my.
And then I got Fred, which was a good. Fred was a good cat. He was a gray stripe, and he was an outside cat, and he got attacked in his neck and wound up with a thing growing out of his neck that got infected and shit. So he had to die outside because that thing stank.
Yeah. Well,
then we had his daughter, little Smurfette. His daughter was named Smurfette. She was black with a little bit of gray in her, gray striping in her, and she was a kitty cat. She used to bring birds up to our porch and everything, and be like, "Hey, look what I did for you!" And thankfully, our parents were old school enough to know that, hey, kitty cat brings something up to your porch. That means they're trying to do for you, right?
Yeah. Well, back like I said, back when I was in Arizona, and I had this cat named Tiger Man. He was a British tabby cat, and he would kill scorpions, huge ones, and he would bring them to our bed. Not nice.
Yes. They'll bring them to wherever they have access to you, and they will lay them. Like for us, our outside cats, but back in the 80s, they would bring them up to our front door. We'd open up our door and be like, okay. And the cat would be sitting there looking at us like, did I do good? And we'd be like, yes, you did good. Okay.
Yeah, well,
it didn't matter what it was. If it was a squirrel, a rabbit, a gopher, a possum, whatever. We'd be like, yes, you did good. Yeah. Yes. Because you know what? That's how cats show you that they love you and they want to fucking help you and provide for you.
And they're dominant.
No, not that they're dominant, but that they're helping out with your household.
The cat just wants to contribute to the family.
Exactly. They want to contribute.
Exactly. Now, if If they bring your dead neighbor to the doorstep, then you got
That's a different story. Yes. If they dig up the parts that you intended to bury, that's a different story.
Yeah, if they bring Mr. Murray onto your doorstep, then you're like, oh fuck.
I'm done. Fuck.
Hey, you know that pet rat. We
Pet
definitely need to watch parties of Willard and Ben. We got to do it. The pet rat. Yeah,
You
Bruce
gotta
Dickinson.
you better convince Mikey.
You know, Mikey, you say you know cats, but you failed a fucking crucial test there because I said cats only bring shit up to your doorstep if they think they're contributing to your family.
Yes, sure.
Oh,
And you said no, they want to say that they're dominant. No, they don't.
Okay.
okay. I gotta go. I'm going back to one season episode shows for Life on Mars. Life on Mars, great British show. Went for 18 episodes. Absolutely fucking amazing. Have you guys ever heard of that show? Even I bet you
No.
haven't.
Life on Mars? No.
No.
Oh, it's a great show. You know what's great about it is, well, it's titled after.
Well, you're giving us new ideas, so there's
It's titled after a David Bowie song, which is one cool thing. But it's like a present day car accident mysteriously sends the detective back to the 1970s.
Oh wait, are we talking about Star Hunter?
We're talking about kind of sci-fi, yeah.
Yeah, Star Hunter. Yeah, remember that series?
Oh, Star Hunter, I love, but that's more than one season, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I know what. There's another show that Suzanne and I saw.
Planet of the
It
Apes
lasted 4 seasons.
Planet
of the Apes ain't a series; it's a movie.
Planet of the Apes, no, it was a 14-episode TV show as well.
The fuck
Yeah,
it
that's
was.
true.
You got to show
1974.
That
No, it wasn't. You got to show me proof.
1974.
Planet of the Apes was a TV series.
1974.
Yeah, it had the guy who played.
It had
Galen.
Roddy McDowell in it, I believe. Yeah.
Roddy McDowell played Galen.
So I took the movie and broke it down. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
how
we know
about,
about the movie.
okay, now here's another one. The Green Hornet from the 60s. That was a spin-off of the Batman show. 27 episodes there. And that was the introduction of Kato, played by the Kung Fu genius.
By the Asian guy that you don't know his name.
Yeah,
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Yeah, Bruce Lee was fucking amazing in that show.
Did you
Actually, he was the best part of that.
Did you ever watch a newest documentary on Bruce Lee where his son said that Bruce, his dad,
I have not seen it. No.
No, because the grandson Brandon was the one that died in the Crow movie.
He died in
Brandon-
the Crow. He died of a
Br-
prop misfunction.
Didn't Brandon like stick a gun against his
No, Brandon died during a stunt scene.
A stunt
Okay.
scene, and there was something that was jammed in the gun that he was supposed to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shot at him, and yeah. So,
But anyways,
Yeah,
Bruce
basically,
Lee's son, fucking made a documentary, and you can find it on YouTube. That said,
Okay.
basically what Bruce Lee did was take every popular form of martial arts out there, made them his own, and said, "Okay, motherfucker." And you know that famous scene where Keanu says, takes the 2 fingers and wags them at Morpheus and says, "Bring it," or to Mr. Smith, "Bring it." Basically, that's what Bruce Lee's son did to Brandon. What Brandon did to Bruce Lee, what Bruce Lee's son did to him. And there's a story out there that Bruce regretted teaching his son as well as he did, because he taught his son how to fucking actually defeat him. When what Bruce Lee did was take all these forms of popular martial arts and combine them. Which, yes, to this day, I mean, you look at what Chuck Norris does. You look at fuck Steven Seagal. He's a fake ass fucker. Fuck him. But yeah, you take like people that are actually into martial arts, and you yeah. So I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but yeah, I hope you get the gist of my
Well,
point.
I think the Green Hornet TV series is kind of pedestrian, but the scenes when Bruce Lee is kicking ass with his his martial arts moves, they're fucking amazing. Like he is fucking he's
I
firing that
mean,
show.
think about it. Hey, I know PvP. You're probably too old for this, but you've never listened to Wu-Tang Clan. The history of
Well,
chess. The history of chess boxing.
I'm aware of them, but if they're rap, I'm not interested.
Yeah, they are rap.
Yeah.
But
See,
they
rap-
do it. They do have a song called "The History of Chess Boxing." They have another song called "Wu-Tang Style," which is basically Bruce Lee unedited. So yeah, I mean, Wu-Tang is all about Bruce Lee. So
okay, that's great, but I can't. The only rap song I ever liked was Grandmaster Flash Furious 5.
yeah, you know what? That's way before
They did the song. They
everything.
did a song called "The Message," which is on.
Yeah,
YouTube.
The Message.
That fucking song. That song is fucking awesome. I don't know how to get through the air. That's a fucking great song.
I'll tell you, there's one series that lasted 4 seasons, but was only worth the first season, and that was when they did the Westworld series on HBO. My wife and I saw the 10 episodes of the first season. That's all you need to know. Just watch those first 10 episodes.
Yeah, Westworld was okay, but what about what about Future World?
Well, Future World was a movie after that. That was like a sequel. That had Peter Fonda in it, but
then you know they remade Future World instead of Westworld.
Oh God, no! Yeah, please don't remake Future
No,
World.
they already did. Go look it up.
Oh man. Oh. Well, I know they did okay. I know that when they did the first Westworld movie with Yul Brynner and shit, and James Brolin,
they remade one of them. They remade it was either Westworld.
Well, that's what they did. They've done it twice, but the first time they tried doing Westworld after Future World came out, the sequel, it lasted for like 6 episodes.
Well, they remade one of the originals. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, well, that was Westworld. That came out in 2016, and it was there.
Oh, that year that dumbass female Ghostbusters came out.
Yes.
Oh, Kevin's Trekkie. I just seen you down there. The other Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I just want to add a one season to Gorilla's list. Invasion from 2005, 2006, 22 episodes only. Invasion. That was a good alien invasion series. So that's
how about Alien Nation? That's a good one too.
Hey,
I think didn't I mention that already?
Just got
Alien Nation.
Well, Alien Nation. Yeah, you know the guy that played the human cop that was the partner of the alien cop. Yeah, that's the guy that played Admiral Savala in Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah.
How you doing, Gary? What's his name?
Yeah. I think I'm going to give up tonight.
That was Gary Graham. Yeah.
Yeah, Gary Graham. Yeah.
I can't think of any more shows, so fuck it. So.
Well, what you think we got shows to think of? No,
I just don't get why the fuck did Gorilla give up after the first season of Night Court?
Because he's got no imagination.
And then he wants to do 156 episodes of the Twilight Zone. It's like, what?
You know what? I love Gorilla. Don't get me wrong, but the guy's got no imagination.
Well, of course,
Imagination Station.
But Jay, remember, he's a young gorilla and he hasn't had a lot of exposure.
Oh my
to
God!
some of the great stuff that you and I
being young ain't got nothing to do with it. If you're gonna get into the game, you gotta come with it with the same. You know what I'm saying?
I just think Gorilla should have done a poll as to what show to watch.
Yeah. Gorilla blew up faster than he thought he
And
would.
he just picked Twilight Zone out of the blue, and it's like, what the fuck?
You know what? Did he say left turn, Clyde, instead of right turn? I mean, I can't know.
Yeah, Kevin Strickey even said, yeah, haha, yeah, I agree. I'm not into Twilight Zone, so I won't be watching. I don't blame you, Kevin Strickey. Now, granted, the Rod Serling stuff original, really awesome.
What about the one with Captain Kirk in it? I mean, what's his name? That
that Nightmare in 30,000 Feet is still a classic, yes.
And there's also the other one with there's
Billy
a second
Mundy,
one.
he was the kid who took over the parents and all that shit.
No. There's another one with Shatner where he was like, there's
he was in that diner with the other lady, and they're tapping that thing, asking about good luck.
Hey, Kevin,
yeah.
you should have been here earlier when PvP was talking about that hot little peach on Forbidden Planet.
And
I tell you, if I could have bent Anne Francis over back in the 50s.
Oh, God.
Oh, would I given her a high hard one? I got his.
Yeah, and by the way, that's the one that had Leslie Nielsen in it before he got funny.
I would give Leslie Nielsen a high hard one, but he could watch me while
he didn't even give himself a hard one in that one.
He could watch me while I did Anne. So, like, you know, if he's into
yeah,
that.
Well, he didn't even get a hard one in that one. He just had, okay, ma'am.
You know, that's the one. Well, that's the 150s thing about it is the sexual jokes are kind of lame now. I gotta say.
Yeah.
Kevin also said he really enjoyed watching Night Court. Was that Peach like the Lady Terminator?
Oh, which Night Court? Wait, did you like Roz or the girl before Roz or
I like Marky Post. What
Marky Post as
we
we
never got to see her because she
played Christine.
Oh,
yeah,
Marky Post was in every fucking episode.
No, she wasn't in season 1, and we never got to see her.
No, we never got.
I was talking about the bailiffs. The bailiffs, you had the little fucking 4-foot tall cigarette.
Oh, that little one. Oh, yeah. No, she.
Yeah, and then you had Roz, and then you had that other 4-foot tall white woman after Roz.
Oh,
I still don't know why Gorilla didn't continue Night Court because that would have been decent.
Yeah, because some of those episodes with Brent Spiner are classics.
And you still had Richard Mull as Bull.
Yeah, Richard Mull, right.
And we would have got Marky Post in season 2 as
Christine. I was like, why didn't
Christine?
You do that?
You know what? And that was part of the fucking show when Marky Post came on and John Larroquette is Dan.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck his name. I'm getting their fucking real
John
names.
Larroquette.
Yeah, Larroquette. Yeah, that French name. That motherfucker.
Yeah, Jay, you remember Larroquette was Maltz in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock?
Yes, Maltz, yes. and guess who was the Klingon commander?
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd, yes.
Yeah, he played Krug. Yeah.
Krug. Yeah, Doc Brown was Krug, yes.
We could have got him Doc Krug and said, I've had enough.
I've had enough of you. Yeah. Fucking knocked him down that fucking canyon. Yeah.
Down to the freaking fiery
depths of the planet breaking up. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it shoot?
What's it goof? Yeah. So.
Oh my god. I don't deserve to live.
No, and the only reason I know how to speak Klingon. The only reason I can speak Klingon the way I do is from my old channel when Viv and Valor used to come on, and Viv used to tell me how to pronunciate Klingon words.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I used to do a terrible job at it. So.
Oh, this is good news. Are you listening, Daniel? It says, Kevin Tricky said, I've heard Skydance, the Skydance company, is working on a Trek movie without Kurtzman. Oh, yay.
Yay.
Wait, say that again?
Kevin Strickey says, I've heard Skydance is working on the next Trek movie without Kurtzman.
I don't even see
Alex
that.
Kurtzman.
Oh, that's the last one. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, right there. Isn't that awesome news?
Yes, that means the deal might actually go through.
My screen. Wait,
Well,
I've heard Sky is working on
the deal ain't approved
yet.
yet.
Without Kurtzman.
Yeah, well, the deal ain't approved yet, but let's hope it goes through.
Yeah, I hope so.
What's it going to be? That's the question. What's it going to be? I don't know. We don't know.
That's a good question. Well, we lost this year. We lost Roberto Orsi, right?
Yeah.
You knew that.
Whoever the fuck that is.
Well, no, he worked with Kurtzman on previous things. So Orsi's dead. So if Kurtzman's not going to do this, I'm looking forward to that. That would be good. Yes, I would want to see that Skydance without Kurtzman for sure.
I mean, they got to do something. Look.
I'd rather see anything without Kurtzman.
Wait. 2026.
You know what? Kurtzman, where I come from, is a ketchup name. So fuck that cheap ass food stamp ketchup
fuck the
label.
dumb shit.
Fuck the dumb shit. Exactly.
It's what you love to say.
Yeah, fuck the dumb shit. Let's do some real shit.
Yeah. Let's bring Star Trek back to some prominence finally. If Skydance can pull that shit off, I'm all for it. Definitely.
Yeah, I like the first.
I love how you feel about that, Mikey. And I gotta admit, I felt the same way when I found out Paramount was taking over from CBS back in the day.
Yeah.
And look what we got. We got this bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
So.
And Kevin Strickey also said, I've heard the deal is coming closer to finalize. If they don't like Kurtzman, and the numbers for Section 31 were horrible. Now you are, Kevin, you are actually being kind. They were disgraceful.
Oh my God, I fucking hated. I'm sorry, Daniel, but I hated Section 31. That movie was so fucking unnecessary. That movie is so unnecessary.
Yeah, PvP and I and Gorilla, we all had to watch that travesty. I wanted to throw up at the screen. I
will say this. I will say this though. Because Daniel told everybody. Daniel here told everybody years before Section 31 came out there would be a Section 31 movie.
Yeah,
yes, Daniel said that. And I said, okay, if it ever comes out, I'll watch it. So guess what? I watched it. Oh my God, that fucking travesty.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin. It was utterly stupid. Yes, that's true. And I couldn't believe, and I couldn't believe that Michelle Yeoh, who did that,
Yo.
Sorry, Michelle Yeoh, right? So like she did that the one that won some Oscars, the Everything Everywhere All at Once. So she does this time travel like shit thing, and then they decide they put her in charge of the Section 31. I didn't feel once bad for her at all. Like I was like, why in the fuck did you do such a terrible show? Why? Even Star Trek, come on, like why? It just.
Yes, very true. Section 31 was
I
fully
agree with you, Kevin. It was a travesty to watch. I almost threw up on myself. It was
Kevin
terrible.
Also said this, Mikey.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah, he says
did you read
finalized. Yeah, I did. Yeah, they don't like Kurtzman, and the numbers are.
Daniel, you're in the chat. You smelt it. You dealt it. So read it.
Read it.
2026 will be the 60th anniversary of Star Trek TOS, and the 10th anniversary of Star Trek Beyond. They got to do something summer 2026 for a 2027 release. Hopefully something with Shatner. Yeah, because, he's not getting any younger.
Well, but even if you put Shatner...
Shatner's almost 100 fucking years old. What the fuck do you want him to do? Go back on another...
He's not quite but Jay, he's not quite 100 yet. He's 94.
Oh my fuck, 94! Wow!
Yeah, he's 94. But if you do put him in a movie, right, Daniel, it has to be a cameo. You can't have him in there for like the length of the film.
No, you gotta have him. You gotta have him in for 30 to 60 seconds max. It's not like
he doesn't do.
No. I say you could do 10 minutes of him for sure.
No, he doesn't do cameo.
What? Okay, when I'm 150, I want 10 minutes. Then how about that?
I want 10 minutes with Shatner. Okay.
No, you know what? I'm pushing 50. I want 120 minutes. How about that?
Okay, you put him in the whole entire film then.
Exactly. Fuck the dumb shit. Make them work
Okay,
for it.
there you go. Okay. Yeah, what do you think about that, PvP? Having Shatner in for like over 100 minutes in the movie at his age?
That's what I'm saying. At his age.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, well, I mean, he's a strong guy. I bet he could pull it off. I'm sure
He ain't that strong. That motherfucker can barely hold his tongue up from licking the saliva off his bottom lip. What the fuck?
Well, we can speculate. Hopefully we get a chance to see him though, at least in one more Trek film. I would love to see him one more time at least.
Gonna be disgusting.
A good one, a good.
You know
Trek
what?
film.
I'd like to see at least one more Star Trek film before I die that wasn't made in China.
Sure, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
And what's this one you have there, Daniel, where you say Shatner is in talks?
Yeah. Shatner's in talks to return to Trek. He's talking to like a writer, and they're talking.
Legacy! Legacy! Oh my God, the shit I gotta say about that. There was a PS2 game back in the day called Star Trek Legacy.
Yeah, it was for like Xbox.
Xbox, PS2. I got the PS2 version.
PS2.
I've got the disc and the case here. Don't tell me it ain't a thing.
Yeah.
No.
So what the fuck? How you gonna deal with those copyrights, Paramount?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I was going to say, Jay, that I just found out that Xboxes are becoming obsolete. They're going to.
You know what? I got an Xbox. I still pay GTA Online. Don't tell me that shit's obsolete.
Well, they say that it will be eventually.
You know what? I got Star Trek Legacy on my PS2.
I know you do. You told me that before.
Yeah, I know. I've said that to everybody. I've also got the N64 with the Simpsons game that everybody loves.
You got the Simpsons game finally? Oh man, you were
No,
telling me
not
that.
finally. I've always had it, but
Oh, you always had it? Okay.
yeah.
I thought
What's
you
that?
said finally you had it, 'cause-
What's it called?
Because I used to play it in the arcade.
Whatever that Simpsons game is for the GameCube. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, I played that in the arcade.
You know what sucks? GTA 4 isn't canon to 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
Yes, it is. Who the fuck told you that?
Yeah, who
No.
told you that? They're all canon.
They're all
GTA.
canon.
There's the HD universe. No, there's a 3D universe.
No,
which
fuck
is
that
3
dumb
Vice
shit that
City, San
Grove.
Andreas.
No, fuck the dumb shit that Grove Street Games did for the remake. That shit don't fucking count.
No. Anything that's original GTA is all canon. Anything. like-
Exactly. Everything
It's all
original is
fine.
canon.
Yeah, sure. All the originals. Oh yeah, don't believe what they say to you about that. Daniel. It's
Well, no,
Even
it's
Troy
not what
and
they- what
Riker's
they-
kids
what-
may be out, which I don't mind. I kind of screwed the storyline up in hell. Yeah, you know what? What about Picard and Crusher's kid, Jack?
yeah. What about him? He's still alive, right? Actually, didn't they say?
technically.
Yeah,
Technically.
technically. But didn't they say that he was going to serve on 709's Enterprise G?
Yeah, the G. Yes, as the first
fuck.
officer. Yes.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah, it's first
serve.
officer.
I'd serve her. I'd serve her.
I'm
good.
sure you would, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would serve under that captain. Absolutely, 709.
Yes,
right,
he would.
Daniel?
He'd serve under her as he serviced her.
I'd
Boy,
service her
okay, shut up,
good.
Mikey. I could get more. Yeah, no.
I'd give her a nice Italian. I'd give her a nice Italian sausage.
Yeah, I'm sure you would, and his too.
Yeah, you would. Jack Crusher won't carry on either.
Yo,
I
they
don't know.
already said he's gonna be the first officer on the Enterprise G under
Yeah,
you know what?
Captain
I
Seven.
know.
So
Yeah.
You know what? I heard that if they do a show, which I'm pretty sure they will,
Yes.
it's going to have to be after Strange New Worlds because they're not going to have 2 shows with 2 enterprises. It's going to confuse people. So
Why can't
what they're
they
gonna do?
why
you know
can't
what?
they-
Okay. We gotta address something right here. We got to address one thing right here.
Yeah.
Kevin says that's all part of the Kurtzman. Skydance won't pay through royalties for the character. Here's one thing you got to realize, Kevin.
Right.
Skydance is paying for all those licenses.
Right.
So it don't matter if you don't want them to, they can still do it. Because that's what they're paying for. They're paying for those licenses to do that.
I'm just saying, why don't you just go ahead and continue on from where you left off with the third season of Picard? Just go from there. Just continue.
Why don't we just say, fuck it, let's go from the end of DS9 and start
fuck
over.
the dumb shit.
Fuck the dumb shit. Start over.
Start over, okay. That okay.
No,
I'll go
it's
from
so sad.
DS9.
Avery Brooks doesn't want to come back. He doesn't want to come back.
No, he don't. He said, fuck it. He literally said, fuck dumb shit. He ain't want to come back. Ain't he dead now, or he's close to it? But fuck.
No,
he said from the get-go, he said, fuck it, my character's done.
Yeah, no, I know, and he died at the end of the last episode of DS9.
He didn't die. He went up to the fucking temple.
All right, so you became a light spirit, whatever.
Yeah,
all I'm saying is, that you could, all of the founders. All I'm saying is
not the founders. You dang.
I'm trying to see if you pay attention.
The wormhole aliens. He became a worm. He became
the
one
wormhole.
of them.
He went with the wormhole people.
Don't try me, Mikey. Come on.
Sorry, Jay. Come on. Anyway, no. So what I was saying was that what we leave behind, right, was the final episode. So I'm thinking they could easily do something after DS9, maybe even a movie with Cirroc Lofton, his son, because he was still alive.
Oh my fuck! He probably would look like the one he did when he was that old man in that one episode.
Sure.
You know, I was talking
with the gray hair and everything.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, Daniel.
Wait. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
All right. I was talking.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you now. Go ahead, Daniel. Come on.
All right. I was talking to Steampunk, and he gave me an idea about a show.
Why do you keep bringing that guy up? You say how much you hate him.
No, I didn't say I hate him. I just say he's annoying. But and he told me, he came up with a good story. He's like, okay, like what if what's his name? What's Ben Sisko's name? What's his son's name? Jake.
All
right, Jake Sisko. Right. Jake Sisko goes to Starfleet and goes, and becomes goes there for like maybe 5-6 years.
Right.
And then he becomes a Starfleet captain.
Yeah.
He wants to look for his father. That's why he becomes a Starfleet captain. And that's what he does.
Hold on. We got a first time comer up to the panel. Somebody's been in the chat. But their first time on the panel. So everybody welcome Kevin Strucky.
Kevin Strucky, hey buddy. Good to see you again, man.
Hey. I thought I would call in.
Well, welcome Kevin Strucky. Thank you.
Hello.
So, Kevin, what was the last thing you said there about? Is that Iacomo or Como? What is that?
No, that was Locarno.
Locarno, okay.
Yeah, because Locarno and Paris are the same character, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but they couldn't use the name. They had to change
Hold up,
the
let me
name.
highlight that. Okay, there it is. It's highlighted.
Locarno.
Yeah.
Locarno was ended, so they wouldn't pay that writer to carry it to Voyager.
Yeah.
Like,
now Locarno was a DS9 writer.
But
right?
But Kevin, let me ask your opinions. What do you think about
so
the possibility that after the end of Picard, when 7 of 9 takes over the G, and of course Picard's son Jack is going to be the second command.
Yeah, Jack is supposed to be Jack Crusher, which is obviously Beverly and Jean-Luc's son. Is after he got liberated from the Borg after Picard beat the fucking Borg, blah 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 blah, and Picard. Now he's supposed to be the second officer of the Enterprise G. So, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
I think that would be great. I'd like it.
I would like him to do a series. Like start right from there and
just go Captain Seven and Second Officer Picard.
Yeah.
No, it's Second Officer Raffi.
What?
Crusher-
Raffy? No,
Crusher.
fuck her. That drug addicted little bitch fucking got off in the fucking other series.
The
So-
gay woman, yeah, Ralph.
Crusher was going to be like
no,
a
she was so
counselor almost.
Raffy was so heroin addicted it wasn't even fucking funny. So and it wasn't even the same series, really.
Yeah. But that's my question, guys, to everybody on the panel. It's like, what would you call that next series from Star Trek if you're going to continue the story with?
You know what? If they did it the right way, I'd call it the real Next Generation.
Oh, okay. That's possible.
I also think they should have brought that Romulan kid. What was that kid's name? That
Oh, yeah.
From
that was
Picard?
like that Malat guy.
No,
Oh, my God.
actually, what I was thinking, the Romulan kid that got
Yeah.
fucked over in TNG season 2 or season 3 for having
I
1/8
admire
Romulan
your
blood in him.
Oh yeah, that guy.
No, I just saw what PvP said. I probably won't repeat it. But
What? What did PvP say? I can't say it.
Well,
Oh, is he still in private chat? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's in private chat. He was saying something.
Fuck anything after Enterprise. You know what? If it wasn't for Enterprise, you wouldn't have the real prime timeline.
Oh man. Yeah, well, I mean, unfortunately, Trek hasn't done anything decent since,
The only thing Trek has
TV
done is
series-wise
divide the
since
fans.
2005. Well, I'm
The
just
only
saying,
thing-
since the end of
No,
Enterprise.
I'm
in
saying too,
2005.
Mikey, the only thing Star Trek has done is divide the fans without even trying. You know, the only people to do that since World War II was Hitler. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's divide the people without even fucking trying. Yeah.
Okay, so Daniel, if you want to highlight the next one there for me, Jay.
Oh, I take that back. Welcome to modern politics in the U.S.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel says he read from TrekMovie.com's website that the place to get info on Trek is if they do Star Trek Legacy with Captain 7 of 9 and First Officer Jack Crusher, they will destroy that ship that they are on and create a new Enterprise. They got to do that because the Enterprise
Eating
G
soup. Okay.
was got. Yeah,
Eat your soup, PvP. You'll be okay. Eat your soup.
Yeah, they got to do that because the Enterprise G was, they obtained it. At
The Enterprise G was literally the same ship they used. Yeah,
Yeah,
in the end of the third season of Picard.
right,
yeah.
because they renamed it Titan A. Right,
The
which
Titan
is-
A, which became the Enterprise
I think
G.
you want a
Yeah.
new
That
ship.
was so cheap.
Yeah.
That was
Even
so
more-
cheap.
That was
Yeah.
very. You know why I think they did it is because it looked like the refit Enterprise almost.
So this is what they
Yeah,
want
it
to call
was very
Star-
retro looking
Yeah.
Enterprise.
It was
Right.
just a survey vessel. Nobody. That's it. That's all it was. A survey.
You
vessel.
know what? What's a survey vessel in the 25th century compared to a combat cruiser of the 23rd century?
Wait, what? Well, are you saying?
What?
D7 or a Klingon D7 cruiser from the 24th century.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on. You're talking about a survey vessel from the 25th century versus
Well,
a
are you
combat
saying-
cruiser of the 23rd century.
Wait, are you saying a survey vessel from the 25th century could easily destroy a combat vessel from the 23rd?
Without fucking second thoughts.
What about
Well,
the 24th?
I
What about
also think a good reason in bringing the G in would be just to scale down like all the ships in the universe a bit
You know what?
because they were getting too
look
big.
at it. Look at it this way. Look at all the refit that fucking ship went through in the last episode of Picard. Look at all the fucking refit it went through. Right?
Well,
You
how
look at
many?
Oh no! One thing people miss is look at all the refit that ship went through.
It only went
It
through
w-
one.
No,
one refit.
yes, one. But what do you need for one? Look at what you did with one refit from the original Enterprise to the TOS era Enterprise. Come on now. You stripped it down to a fucking space frame and you rebuild it from the fucking ground up. Don't give me that dumb shit. Don't tell me it can't be done in the Star Trek universe.
If they
Yeah.
wanted to be. If they wanted to be, Jay.
You know, they could have just given us the Enterprise F. That was a good one. That's a big
You know what? They had that. They had the F. They had
did,
the
but it got
Odyssey. They had the Odyssey.
Yeah, but it got destroyed.
And guess who's?
What?
Guess who
Wait.
it was commanded by? Shelby.
They
Shelby.
killed Shelby.
I
They
know
killed
it's
Captain
sad.
Shelby.
They already had the F. It was commanded by Shelby.
I
And
know.
guess
God.
what? The F was designed by a player that played Star Trek Online. Oh my
I know.
fuck! You people forget
Yeah.
this. Oh my fuck! Really?
I don't think. I
Okay.
don't think.
So
I don't-
guess what? Guess what was the only ship that wasn't connected to the Borg network? The Enterprise D. Guess what they salvaged from that fucking planet that they crashed the
Right.
saucer on?
Was the Enterprise D. Yeah.
Yes. And guess what? They got a whole new star drive section from another starship. And guess what Jordy did for the fucking goddamn museum?
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, the Enterprise F wasn't destroyed.
Yeah,
No,
it
it
was.
wasn't.
No,
Well, it was damaged.
It
Shelby-
wasn't
I
destroyed.
never said it was destroyed, you dank. Listen to what
Shelby
I'm
just
saying.
got killed. That was
Shelby
it.
got killed on it.
Yeah, she got killed on it.
Shelby's hot.
But the
even
ship
though-
was
even in her-
majorly damaged. Yeah. So
Even in her elderly age.
You're
Shelby
not
was still
paying
hot.
attention to what I'm saying, Daniel. Oh my God.
What?
I said the Enterprise F has been around. You said, why don't they just do one with the Enterprise F? Because Shelby had the Enterprise F.
Yeah.
And guess what Enterprise got? They got fucking Borgified.
Yeah, which means they're more advanced. They got assimilated, more advanced, right? Got more advanced.
Yeah, well, guess what that got her? Borgified.
and she was the one who had all these techniques of how to beat the Borg. How the hell did Shelby, like, after all these years, finally decide, oh God, now my ship is Borgified. Now what the fuck am I supposed to do? Yeah.
They even mentioned that in the episode too. They were talking about that.
Yes. Which, by the way, is the last two episodes of season 3 of Picard is the only 2 episodes I ever watched of the entire series. I'm sorry to say, but yes, that's it.
No,
So,
but I've watched all the fucking, yeah, so I know what you're saying, Mikey. So, yeah.
yeah, because I love the Borg. I mean, hell,
Well, the Borg, to be fair, the original bad guys of TNG were supposed to be the Romulans, and when that didn't work,
right.
no, I take that back. We're supposed to be the Ferengi, and when that didn't work out, they brought in the Romulans with Tomalak. Oh,
Yes.
The Romulans with Commander Tomalak, who was what? Andreas Katsulas, who played who? Yeah, Ambassador, what's his name on fucking Babylon 5. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Andreas Katsoulis, yes.
Yeah, Andreas Katsulas. Yeah, that guy. He's a fucking awesome actor, by the way.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he's gone now, but yeah.
Yeah, may he rest in peace. But oh my fuck,
May he
yeah.
rest in-
One of the greatest fucking Romulan commanders of all time. Yeah.
And the other one I liked too was Mark Leonard when he was in the
Oh,
that's
Mark
cool.
Leonard. Yeah, he played in TOS, then he played Spock's dad, then he played a Romulan commander again.
he later played Sarek, yeah. So
Yeah, Sarek. So
yeah, his dad.
that's what I said.
And oh
Yeah, I get ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. No worries. But the only connection that DS9 ever had was the caregiver. I guess that was the first one.
No. DS9 also had, okay, so you had Kang, Koloth, and Kor.
Right.
All 3 Klingons.
Right, I know that. But I mean, no, it was the
That
result
were
of
on
Wolf-
TOS and in DS9.
No, I was just saying, but with the Borg, it was the result of Wolf 359 that Cisco
Oh, Wolf
ended up becoming-
359. Yeah, Cisco blamed Picard for
Right, which is
the
why
death
Cisco
of his
became
wife. Yeah.
right, because he became the
death of
commander of
Jennifer,
DS9.
yes.
But that was the only Borg connection, right? There was no other Borg in DS9. You only saw them in
No,
know,
because that was the Borg's whole thing. They were like saying, okay, we're going to take your most prominent commander and we're going to make him ours. Arn.
right.
Arn. That's a Canadian word for you as the user those that don't know. It's
Arn.
Arn.
Yeah, but like like I said, we had the Borg with their own movie, First Contact,
Yep.
with the TNG
Then
crew.
you had the Battle Book
you had them in,
459,
right,
and then you had
TNG, and they were only talked about from World 359.
then you had the end of season 3 and the beginning of season 4. Yes.
Yeah, then you had Voyager, which was Scorpion, where you had
Scorpion.
709
that.
show up with a 2-part series.
Yeah.
And in Enterprise,
Well,
they had-
actually, Voyager had like very, 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 very many fucking Borg centric fucking episodes.
Yeah. But then, Enterprise with Bakula had that incident where
Scott Bakula.
where they found those 2 Borg that were frozen in the ice, which actually came.
Oh, yes.
First
because
Contact.
of
like,
Star Trek First Contact, where the
Exactly.
Enterprise E went back in time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes no sense. How did
How did that make no sense? It makes the timeline complete.
No, it makes no sense. How did the Borg fall to Earth after their ship was blown
After
up?
the Enterprise blew them out of space in the future and sent them through a time warp that the Borg created.
Yeah, but the Borg was vaporized. Even if they
No, they weren't.
No,
Obviously,
no.
Oh my fuck, Daniel. Jesus.
No, Daniel, they weren't. Okay, when they blew up the sphere in First Contact, okay, when they went back in time to Zefram Cochrane's
I
time.
gotta go take a geologia break.
Okay, go ahead and take a geologia. I'll try to explain it. All right, so Daniel,
explain what that means for those that don't.
Now, if you want to say, a few of them transported to the surface before they were blown up. Okay,
well, I wouldn't say that. Okay, no. Let me explain it. Okay, before they destroyed it, remember when he told Worf to destroy it with quantum torpedoes? Okay, they were still given enough time because the shields were down. They were given enough time to get on board the Enterprise E, and when they blew the Enterprise, just before when they had transported, there were 2 of them that were still in the explosion that somehow made it to the Antarctica surface. That's how they found them. They were entombed in ice. So yeah, it's very possible if they're both biological and organic that they could have fallen from, space height, through the atmosphere and still made it down there on the planet, on Earth. So yeah. That's the only way I could explain it, because when I saw the sphere destroyed, I thought, okay, they're all dead. No, they're not. Some of them were able to transport over to the Enterprise. So yeah, weird, but yeah, I guess that's how they explained it. It still was a great episode, though. Give them credit. Enterprise went to the well. This is what I said. They went to the well too often when it came to the Borg. But with Enterprise, and that was in the Kevin Strecky, help me out. That was in the final season, right? Where they went to they found the Borg there in Antarctica at their station.
Yeah,
Was that in the final season of Enterprise?
I believe it was.
Yeah, the 4th season. Yeah. So yeah, and then before they destroyed, before Malcolm Reed found a way to destroy their ship, they were able to send out their interplexing beacon from that, recreated cargo ship they stole.
Yeah, here's the thing.
And then the Annex 1 was trying to, track them down. They did.
See, I want to say this. I want to say this when sci-fi comes back, but I'll say it again, I suppose, when it comes back. But
yeah, sure.
When they went back in time,
yeah,
they could have created a branch reality.
Oh, that's possible.
Because think about it. They never mentioned Archer in TOS, TNG, DS9, Voyager,
right,
or any of the movies.
But
they never mentioned Archer.
No.
Right.
In Voyager, Susanna Thompson, who played Borg Queen at the time, she did mention that some of their ancestry, some of their Borg were created in the early years of the 22nd century, 23rd century. So right around where Zefram Cochrane was around that, they closed that time loop by saying that some of their Borg came from that century. So they've been around for a while.
Because also, you got to factor in maybe the temporal Cold War. That the future guy when he was doing things, he was the reason why. He was the reason why Archer got his NX-01, because if future guy didn't contact the Suliban, and the Suliban didn't shoot that Klingon to Earth, Archer wouldn't have a reason to bring the Klingon back to his planet.
Exactly.
So the NX-01 project would never have picked up.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know all of that. That's
Well, if it wasn't for
Daniel's screwed with the timeline like crazy. Basically.
Oh,
he was a motherfucker, man.
Kevin,
I hated
is
Daniels,
Kevin
man.
talking? I see PvP up here. Okay, so who's talking about what?
No,
I had to leave for 5 minutes. I had to take a geologic break to check on the missus.
I was explaining, Daniel, about the fact that yes, it was very possible through some kind of crazy ass, technology and the physics that two of those Borg. Well, no, I'm just saying that two of those Borg could have just as easily fallen to Earth, ended up in the ice, and that's where
and accelerated the prime timeline where the Borg are found.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. That is totally plausible.
Yeah, and what I told Daniel was, yes, they did mention them in I forget which season it was, but it was the season where in Voyager where Susanna Thompson, not Alice Krieg, was the Borg Queen.
Yes, because they had two Borg Queens in Voyager. Yes.
Yes, and so it was the second one that mentioned about the ones that came from Earth.
The ones that came from the ones that came from before.
Yeah.
And they have Girardi as Borg too.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes, Girardi does have Borg in her. Yes, she does. That blonde, that little blonde from Picard. Yes.
She's the queen in that alternate
Picard,
future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ain't that fucked up? Hey, how you doing?
What I was saying was what I was saying was when Picard and the Borg went back in time, they probably created a branch reality where Archer.
What's the number one rule of time travel, Daniel? What's the number? I'm gonna do something by somebody that should never be mentioned, but I'm going to bring up a rule here. What's the one thing you can never do in time travel?
Change the past.
Exactly.
Right. That's true. You created another different
alternate reality.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, then we're going to have to go back to the whole Cisco thing then as well. Because now that whole timeline's screwed up because
exactly because it never fucking existed because you can't go back to fucking change it.
Yeah.
And
whenever you go back in time, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, the one thing I would say about the guy that should never be mentioned, even though I killed his channel, is he was right about one thing. You can never change the past. He is absolutely right about that. All you can do is change.
I don't argue that point at all.
Nope, I don't either. But all you can do is change events. And when you change an event, you actually change events by going back. The act of going back changes the events to begin with. So it's automatically a different timeline as soon as you go back. So it don't matter what you do in the past at that point.
And I just want to mention something to Kevin Strickey and also to all of us. Now we were at one time, BVP and I, we were talking about the fact we had seen in TOS, we had seen the episode The Squire of Gothas and William Campbell, who's playing the Squire, and we related that to Q. We said, yeah, that's like an early Q continuum kind of episode, because it really is. And then, and then later on they did a book, which they say the Star Trek books are not canon, and they say Trelane.
Mikey, I seen a thing by Lori Loaded that came back about 6 or 7 years ago that said, what if the prime timeline is actually or what if the what did they call it? The well, the other timeline, the alternate timeline.
The Kelvin. Yeah.
No, not the Kelvin, but the
Okay.
evil timeline. What if that?
Oh, you mean the mirror universe?
The mirror
yes.
universe. What is that?
Okay.
What
sure.
if that's the actual timeline and the prime timeline is the one?
It's the false one. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a good theory.
And that comes from a channel by a guy that I really fucking adore. He's fucking awesome. His name is Lore Reloaded. So
Yeah, Lord Reloaded. Yeah.
There's no way. You can't go off the mirror universe being the prime
well,
one.
you know what? You know what
impossible.
though, Kevin? Go look up his videos on that. And then
Yeah, it's a decent theory. It really is, Kevin Strucky. It really is. Because I've seen Lord Reloaded also. And I mean, he's got some pretty good theories there.
here's
the thing.
He is very, very fucking versed in the Star Trek lore.
But here's a stretch, okay? Bear with me when I say this. Okay. So my favorite episode of all time from TOS is iMud. Okay. Now
I like Mud's women.
Well, Mud's women's okay, but I like iMud better.
Yeah, well, I like the little blonde.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so bear with me on this. So iMud is an entire android planet. And
yeah, you got
Mud and
what's
Hardcore
his name?
Mud owns the planet, at least for that time. Now, here's my theory. I'm thinking that some of the writers that got the idea for the Borg had to have gotten the idea for an android planet.
Can I do a quick stop?
Sure.
Quick stop, Mikey.
Yeah.
With all of the androids in TOS.
Yes.
How the fuck is it that the only person that knows about androids is Data's creator?
Yeah, I know.
Soon, right? We got all these androids in TOS, right?
Yeah,
like we're not taking those home to get studied.
Yeah, sure.
How the fuck the Stone is the only one that nobody knows a goddamn thing about that knows how to make an android?
What I'm saying,
it's not that they don't know. I think Sung is the only one that could make it so that they were sentient beyond.
No, if you look at TOS, they were all sentient. That's the fucking point.
Well, they were all,
really,
okay, but it was reported, right? It was afterwards.
No, if you watch TOS and you look at all the androids that TOS came across.
And I'm
all the androids, like literally all the androids TOS came across, they were sentient.
Okay. I never watched much TOS, so I can't really comment on it.
Well, see, right. So that's where there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But my theory, is that before TNG and we first meet the Borg, I'm saying, but
and then, like literally in TOS, you had a guy that played Lurch playing a fucking android in TOS.
Well, yeah, that was in What Are Little Girls Made Of? There was
it was the one where Christine went down to the fucking whatever
with Roger Corby.
Corby, yeah.
Yeah. That's the episode. What Are Little Girls Made Of? That was the first time we even dealt with an android of some kind.
Yeah, and guess who was the first guy saying Lurch?
He played Ruck.
Yeah, Ruck.
That was his name, Ruck. Oh, and Corby killed him or I should say the android Corby killed him by phasering him, right? So that's the only way he could.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
But like I said, my theory is that if we can say for a fact that Trelane of Gothas was in fact a Q, and we can bring that to TNG, I think it's fair to say.
I'll cut you up another brow, baby. It'll be all right. I'll be out there in a second.
Hold on, Jay. So what I want to say.
I'm sorry, I was talking to Nikki.
No, that's okay. Hey, Nikki. No, what I want to say was it stands to reason, to me anyway, that if you have those two during the 5-year journey and you have those two incidents where you came across the androids, wouldn't it stand to reason that Arik Soon, who wanted to make Data and before Data was Lore, right? And so he wanted to make these sentient, wouldn't he have got some of that pre-knowledge somehow from anybody that served on, Captain Kirk's Enterprise for 5 years or later on down the line? Because there was a bit of time between TOS events and whatever happened in TNG. So I think
Maybe,
it's a good
but
theory that
you can have coherent like technology take place without like knowing from some other culture, because you look at the way that even on Earth things developed. Like, the wheel was invented in a few different places, like not that they knew of each other. And look at the pyramids, like there's Mexican pyramids and there's ones in Egypt.
Aztec, Mayan.
So it's not like they knew each other. It's just, you can explain that away a little bit is all.
Only because don't forget there was this huge supercontinent they call Pangea, and Pangea had bits and pieces of what was found, what was down there in the Mexican Yucatan Peninsula, and if you believe the story that the which seems plausible after some research, is that the one that killed the dinosaurs actually exploded in the Yucatan Peninsula. That makes a lot of sense to me, because that was a huge, big continent that split up into different pieces. So let's say, for example, Kevin, if you had one region of that Pangea, which would have been Egypt, probably, creating the pyramids, and then you have another region of that further south, but that's, what would have been like I said, the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico, Central America. So if you had all that part of it, and they're making, but unaware of the other one, right, and making similar pyramids, it makes a lot of sense. It does. That they could be totally unaware, but still be able to make it in two different places. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're on a supercontinent, it's very possible, because it's and some people don't even mention that, because they don't. They're guessing at how long the Pangea supercontinent lasted. Well, let's say, for example, it lasted longer than what you're saying. And then if you have these things being built on two different parts of that same continent, it makes total sense. It really does. Because even though you may be unaware, they would still do it. Anything similar. Yeah. But I mean, you'd have to get into ancient aliens and shit too. I was like, oh yeah, they created the pyramids. Okay, sure. Yeah. No. I know it was done by hard work, but somebody had to teach them, right? I mean, in all those tribes, and like we said, the Incans, the Mayans, the Aztecs, and the Egyptians, who taught them though? That's the thing. How did they learn how to build the damn things? I mean, you had very crude technology back then. Really did. I mean, you had to bring these things on blocks and move them up and down shit and stuff just to put them up there. Yeah. There's a lot of unanswered questions about that, but we're going to go into that though. I'm going to go into mysteries. I really am. In the fall, you should come by, Kevin, and check it out, because we're going to be doing some mystery talk and stuff. Yeah,
I'd even think that humanity's been around a lot longer than we even think.
That we've even guessed, right?
Yeah. Like
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yep. There's just like small little bits that survive, but then of course you got to rebuild again, and so it's not. I don't think that people just got that smart only like 5,000 years ago. It's probably been around for like 20,000 or more years, and it just, some of it gets passed on through genetics, I guess, and but it's not like we're such a young species. We might be in terms of currently, but it's And then every time you rebuild, the technology's different, right? So, like when Egypt did it, they could only work with what they could at the time, and that's where they got
sand and like what, but how? Okay, let's think about it for a moment. So you've got sand, right? Which all over the place. So okay, somehow you were able to mold it. Somehow you're able to fashion it like you would do with cement, right? And then you create them in these blocks, and then you bring them up there, and you build the whole pyramid structure from just these blocks of sands, right? That which are not supposed to last, but they've lasted. for all these years. And then you've got similar materials, but down in, in the southern Mexico and stuff like that. And those three, tribes I mentioned, they're all building their own kind of mounds, but they're doing it from like basically grass and soil and shit. And they're building it, they didn't have any metallic stuff, but apparently, I guess they did have some metallic materials because, of some kind that they fashioned or maybe made or they were there, minerals. And that's how they were able to put together their pyramids, like Tenochtitlan and stuff. So, it's kind of mysterious.
I am a modern major general. Wait, what?
Yeah. Daniel, you wanna say you got like a Daniel's in the chat again.
Daniel, hey, I don't know. I had to go take her to missus, so I apologize, everybody.
Is she okay? Is Nikki doing all right?
Yeah. No, she's fine. She's eating some more of our July 4th dinner. So
nice.
Yes, which I made. I made cheese and bacon brats and bacon ranch pasta salad. So
yeah, we had pork and some Kraft dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds kind of plain compared to what I made, but
it is. But I mean, yeah. Well, we got to watch.
I mean, it is what it is. Yeah.
It is what it is when you're on a limited budget.
I mean, hey, I'm on a limited budget. I got food stamps.
You are too. Yeah, you and Nikki are in the same boat. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, we are. And yeah, that's another story because I wanted actually one of the, I never said this channel was going to be about, political shit. I'm thinking about starting another channel called The Resistance because of all the bullshit going on.
The Resistance is that'd be a good idea.
Just because.
Right. Okay, let me just read this.
But I might have to start it on a channel, and I don't want this to be a political channel. That's what sucks about it.
Yeah, read it.
Yeah, okay. So Daniel says the enemies in TOS was the Romulans and the Klingons. In TNG, it was going to be the Ferengi. They had potential, but they were too greedy or too goofy. So then it was the Romulans, and then it became the Borg. Wow. Yeah, no, totally true. But okay, they're setting up a new, more powerful villain for the 25th century, but we got a hint of them in Picard's season 2 finale when the new Borg said the new trans-warp hub was connected to a new threat. And then here's how
they had trans-warp hubs in TNG. You know that, right?
They also had them in Voyager.
They did, and in Enterprise.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, but where did that remember that energy beam that they shot out that would have destroyed half
do
the
you
quadrant?
not remember the Enterprise episode in the Expanse?
Yeah, the Expanse.
But think about it. What created that
Think
energy?
about it. The Enterprise episode inside the Expanse where they had to go meet Degra's ship in 3 days.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just finishing. So Daniel said, here's how I like to think about it. Think of time travel as sex and people are like the genetic material. What happens when you eject a female? Eject? You mean inject. But
or
anyway,
ejaculate.
with genetic material, you get a baby. And so when a person goes back in time, they create a new reality. Same rules apply. Okay. Well, that explains a lot of it. Anyway.
Yeah, so we can do some Marcy Playground songs here. I like sex and candy. Yeah.
So Kevin, so so that's what I want to ask you. So what do you think about this idea that if they go ahead and continue from where they left off at the end of Picard season 3 with Captain 7 of 9, and then you got Crusher, and then you got Rafi, I guess. Is that something potential you'd probably want to see? Because I'm really not. Yeah.
Or should we talk about some real Star Trek shit?
Yeah, no kidding. Do a movie first. Yeah.
I think it'd be great to continue on with that sort of the Berman era, in the sense you could say. Any characters.
Rick Berman? Do you like Rick Berman? Okay, all right.
Well, like he did all of the the TNG Voyager and
DS9 and
DS9.
Yeah, even
And
worked.
No,
if
you
they
do-
just continued that, it would
no,
be
you
great.
do know. Okay, I can appreciate that, but you do know that Rick Berman is kind of like the WTF like version of that era.
Is he still alive, Rick Berman? By the way,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
with
probably
fire.
is. He has
Yeah.
purple. Yeah, he's got purple hair down to his ass. Go figure.
I don't know if that's true. I never heard that, but okay, all right.
Yeah,
Rick Berman.
because it'd be
Okay.
nice to see where Deep Space Nine is as well. And if you get 7 of 9, at least we have a chance to maybe get Janeway back for a few
Well,
episodes.
you already got her. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, you got
Well,
her.
did you guys know
Yeah,
that?
but she's a cartoon, though.
Yeah, but
It's
did you
like,
know that Rick Berman was born on Christmas Day of 19?
I don't give a fuck when he was born. I was born 2 days after Valentine's. That don't mean I'm gonna be your fucking
Oh, okay, but,
Valentine.
okay, hear me out. He is going to be 80 years old when he reaches Christmas.
I don't care. He don't mean nothing to me.
Okay, well, I'm saying that Berman can't do it, so somebody else is going to have to
Good.
stay.
well, yeah,
Somebody
I'm not
else should then.
saying that he's going to come back, but they need the timeline to continue.
Exactly.
I'd
Fuck him.
rather
I
go for
appreciate
that.
what he did, but you need to have somebody to carry the fucking.
Right.
To
Like,
carry
and
the
that
torch.
should be Frakes, if anybody. Like,
Oh gosh, yes, I want Jonathan Frakes. Yes,
yeah,
I do.
Frakes should be the showrunner.
That's like me saying, you know what? I did the best I could with my fucking sperm line, but fuck, I hope there's something down the road to carry on.
Yes. No, but you know what? But Kevin makes a great point. I do think Jonathan Frakes should continue. And,
No,
and
absolutely.
here's the thing.
He's like one of
Yeah.
the only actors that's been a director that knows what the fuck this series is about.
Well,
Right?
he
The
knows what to
whole
do.
franchise. Right?
Yeah.
So
But now, do we say yes? Let's go ahead and continue right from Picard, or do you want to continue from one of the other previous series?
you know, I like this is Kevin. Which Kevin is this? This is Kevin Dragon. Okay, because I got 2 Kevins that come to the channel. So okay.
No,
Yeah,
let's
this
go
is
on
Kevin
to Picard.
Strickey who has Trek technology.
No, because I've had them both in the chat at the same time.
Well, no, that was Kevin's theme park adventures. He's a part of Larry's group, Be Yourself Adventures. and he
Oh,
talks
theme
about
park
theme
is
parks
part
and-
of Larry's. Okay.
Theme park is part of
Mm.
Larry's group. Kevin Strickey is part of our group where we
Yeah, so which
we
one
talk
is
about
which one-
sci-fi and
Okay, so now I gotta ask a question because I feel dumb asking this, but which
no,
one's
don't feel dumb.
which one's the trucker?
I am.
You are.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the
Yeah.
trucker. Okay.
Yes.
I knew one of you were.
Yeah, well, yeah. We've promoted,
And you
Kevin
know what?
Strickey.
I got much love for truckers because that's probably gonna be what I do after my missus passes away. So.
Yeah.
Yep,
No,
I just bought Starlink for it too, so I'm gonna put that on the roof
And-
of the truck.
And
Next week.
even if I gotta start, working for Swifty Swift or whoever, I'm still gonna put a chemical toilet in my fucking truck and taking bird baths because fuck those fucking trucker truck stops. Fuck them shit.
They need to improve upon them, don't they? Right?
They do.
Oh my fuck, you have no idea.
No, I do have some kind of idea because besides Kevin, I know a few other friends. Well, Curtis is also a trucker.
I'm the type of guy though that I can put deodorant on for a week and a half before I even start to stink. So
Well, that's impressive if you can do that through a whole week.
well, I do it a week. Actually, I don't even start to stink until a week and a half. So.
Well, no. It's a great thing with your body chemistry if you can pull that out for a whole week. I can't even pull it out for like 3 days until I start stinking like shit. So,
I pulled an experiment on my 13-year-old. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take you and not put deodorant on you for 2 days. Oh my fuck. I walked in his room. I'm like, what the? I almost fucking puked. Yeah, I'd open up his window. I was like, oh my fuck, you stink. No. But he's not from my sperm, so yeah, obviously. Daniel,
I was gonna say, Daniel, if you do want a lot of independence, truckers get a lot of independence.
Oh my fuck, do they?
Oh yeah.
You know what? You switch an Allison 13 speed, or you get one of those like high end 18 speeds.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that
And
Daniel
you
would
know
be-
what? You know
Hold
what?
on.
I one of the first stick shifts I ever drove was a Chevy Chevette, and then I went up to a Ford F-150 with a 5-speed. I know they got what they call synchronized clutches, and I know big trucks ain't got no synchronized clutches.
No, they don't. But you'll get to after
But
you've
you
driven
can
a
double
while.
clutch. You can double
Yeah,
clutch the fuck out of them.
most truckers don't double clutch. You can just
No, and
time it.
here's the thing. Exactly, you can time it. You can let the revs
Yeah,
come
you just
down. Watch,
rev it up and
watch your tack.
yeah.
Watch your tack come down. Put it down in a second.
I don't even look at it. Like
Don't even look at the clutch. Get right
you
back
can
on the
do it
gas.
just based on feel. Like
Based on feel.
yeah.
Yes.
I never look at the tack.
you know
You just
what?
sort of know when it's
me,
supposed to go in.
me being almost 50 fucking years old, I know I could do that without even fucking having to be fucking trained on it hardly. So
Honey, they're so
Mhm.
adorable. Piano. Look at our girls.
Yep.
No,
You
look
get
at my
used to
girls.
it.
it's like, yeah, put me in a Swifty Swift truck, then give me my own fucking truck and see what the fuck happens.
Swift,
Yeah.
Swift is a good company. Yeah,
I'll go up the hill as I leave you fucking back there in the dust.
Yeah.
Go ahead, see
Well,
what happens.
which one do you drive for, Kevin? Or are you allowed to say?
Well, the company I drive for isn't big in the sense that you would know them.
No,
Like,
you
Okay.
wouldn't know the name.
yeah, they're just
Yeah.
smaller and they're up only in Canada. So we just
Oh, they're
do.
only in Canada. Okay.
Yeah, we only do
You know,
fuel
I
distribution.
I've said this, my boy is going to be about 18, hopefully 18 when she passes away. That's like 5 years. I don't know. I don't think she's going to last that long, but at any rate, I got to be here. I got to stay stationary until he graduates. But so I'm 50, pushing 50. So I'll be 55, 56 when he graduates,
Yeah,
which is when I'm going to start trucking, which is the start of like my second or third career. So, yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever the fuck ever. So if I got to run ice roads, if I got to fucking cross country. I mean, I already know I'm not going to get a passport to go across the border just because of my personal record. So,
yeah. But I'm saying to Daniel that you drive, right, Daniel? So it's an idea, of trying to see if you can become a trucker,
Yeah, you got to be rough and tough, though. You can't be a little pansy ass to do that shit.
He's not pansy. Come on. He's
not a
pansy
pansy ass. But he whines like a little bitch sometimes. That's what fucking worries me.
No, he doesn't act all that way all the time, Jake. Come on. He's had a rough life so far, and Kelly was in fucking jail. Okay, that gives
oh my God! Really?
Yes.
No, I wasn't in jail.
Well, you were arrested, weren't you?
Well,
Wow.
Look.
My dad was a prison guard. You know what he told me? Hey, son, you caught a felony. Put your ass to the wall.
Ah, wow. Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? All I'm saying to Daniel is you still are old enough that
he also told me how to defend myself with weapons that I'm not legally allowed to have.
Okay,
wait a second. I can't. I don't drive yet. I can't drive.
You don't drive, but you got a car. But you're talking about how your car didn't fucking start so you could get that fucking apartment. So what the fuck?
Yeah, you gotta have a car there, brother.
No, here's the thing. He said he didn't get an apartment 2 years ago because the car wouldn't fucking start.
Oh. Well, then you got to get that car replaced, or at least.
No, here's my thing. If you didn't have your fucking license, how are you gonna drive a fucking car?
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna do it illegally.
Well, hell, if I wanted to drive around
Oh
here
my!
in Canada, I'd still
Really?
have
You
to
think
call
we
a
don't pay
driver's-
attention?
I'm just saying. If I wanted to rent a car, I could because I still have a valid driver's
I don't
license.
give a fuck if I got a license. If I gotta go somewhere, I'm fucking going. Fuck the dumb shit. I'm not gonna
Yeah, I
complain because
understand.
the car didn't start.
Yeah, I understand there, Jay. I do. Believe me.
I drive better than most people with driver's licenses.
I could say.
You know why? Because I ain't got one.
Anymore. I could before, but now I can't say that. Yeah. So Kevin, is yours like infrequent when you do trips, like with the company, or you do it every week, or how does that work?
Yeah, like the way I've worked is mostly on call in the sense that I don't have much of a schedule, but
Kevin, do you work local, over the road, regional, what?
I'd still call it long haul, but not like across border anymore. I used to do border work, but this company, I mostly travel between Alberta, BC, and the Northwest Territories, which is like further north.
Yep, you're the Kevin up in Canadian. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're almost in the you're almost right in the area of like PvP. So like you have
Alberta, you're almost
BC,
he's almost up there by Suzanne.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
yeah. Suzanne's in Saskatchewan. So.
Right. Yeah, but we don't go over there. We just go up to the Yukon a lot. I'm going up to Yellowknife next week.
Oh, Yellowknife, nice.
Yeah. Is Yellowknife still there, Kevin? Because they did have a major fire.
No, they abandoned it.
The fire didn't destroy the town. It was like on the outside of it.
The oil field's still there, Mikey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know. I'm sorry, Jay. I was just asking. All I heard about was that
really you think a forest fire is going to destroy an oil field? I don't think.
No. That's not what I was trying to say. What I was saying was that they had to abandon the entire town because they were afraid that the fire
wonder why I want Michigan to be part of Canada. It's like, oh my fuck, seriously. It's like
I'm trying.
You guys need us, seriously.
Yeah, I'm still trying. I mean, I got red tape up my wing trying to become a damn citizen.
My cousin has dual citizenship because she married a Canadian.
Well, that's what I've been trying for, but this bullshit's going on.
All she had to do was marry a Canadian citizen. So, but that was 20 years ago.
I married a Canadian citizen. So
yeah, well, like I said, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's 20 years ago. Like I said, I married
and my grandpa had dual citizenship. Like back in the day, all you had to do was marry somebody. You had dual citizenship.
I know.
Now it's like, you gotta know this, you gotta know that. It's like,
no, you have to. Yeah,
motherfucker. I'm lucky if I know what I had for lunch yesterday. You want me to know what? No.
Yeah, no. It's they told me first I got to renew my U.S. passport. Then, if I want to,
I don't even know if I. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't even know if I could get a passport. I got fucking 2 felonies as it is.
I'm just trying to explain the procedure, which seems ridiculous. Is that I've got to renew my U.S. passport. Then I have to go and get a Canadian passport because they recommend if you get dual citizenship, then it would be more likely they would allow you to
I got a question for you. I got a
to
question for you, Mikey. Since you're going through this, I got 2 felonies from 32 years ago.
Ooh.
32 years.
Yes.
A lifetime and a half ago.
Yeah, I hate to say it, Jay, but they might be going back and they may give you a harder time because of your past felony record.
Yeah, and you know what I'm gonna say? You know what? I was 18. Less than 18 when I was not even legal when I got charged for it.
Right. Go ahead, Kevin. What were you saying?
You can get pardons for most of that stuff, unless it's serious stuff like murder, maybe not.
Not in Michigan.
Yeah. Well,
really?
I mean, yeah. what happened to you though? I mean, well, I
Okay,
guess-
when I was 17, I was in the delayed entry program for the U.S. Army.
right,
My mom said, "Hey, play by my rules or get the fuck out." And I had a van, so I said, "Fuck
Right.
you, I'm gone. I got a van to sleep in."
right,
And I went to my friend's house, and guess what? He had the wrong friends, and I got caught up in some dumb shit.
right.
They said, "Hey, let's go over here." Okay,
Good baby.
yeah.
Baby.
Did I know what they were doing? Fuck no, I did. Then we went back to where the town where my mom lives, went to another house. Oh, no, guess what? Even back in the late 90s, they had security cameras. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, they had CCTV back then, even then.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so we did
I'm
a thing.
ashamed of some shit I did.
Yeah,
when I got
we did a
them.
thing called HIDA, which is Homes Youth School Trainee Act, which would have
Right.
cleared the felonies off my record. But me
Yeah.
being less than 20 some years old at the time,
Right.
with an undeveloped brain, didn't know what the fuck that meant, except,
Right.
nothing. I was just like, who the fuck is this? Why the fuck are you doing all this to me? Especially being brought up the way I was raised.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck are you? You're nobody to me.
Right.
So I told him to fuck off.
Yeah.
I got my dad, who's Marine Corps drill instructor, in my ear all the fucking time.
Oh,
I got my mom going, ah!
Yeah.
And then I got this motherfucker at the courthouse. I'm like, who the fuck is you?
Yeah.
You're nobody.
Yeah, that's tough shit to go through. It really is, I guess.
No, people don't understand shit like that. They don't understand how the dynamics of it. You got a
Right.
drill instructor dad. You got a mom that was married to that guy. And they're both in the ear going, ah, at the same time. And then this motherfucker over here going, meh, 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 like a little bitch.
Right.
I'm like, who the fuck is you?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who the fuck you is.
I'm sorry.
I got these motherfuckers in my ear that I've been with my whole life.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to go through
I don't
that,
give
man.
a fuck if you're with the court. That don't mean nothing to me compared to them.
Right. I'm just saying.
No, that was my brain things at the time. I don't give a fuck about you and your court. Fuck you. Because I got my mom, my dad, my ear going, ah, right? No,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Whatever the court is, no, fuck you. See,
Right.
I didn't understand that back then. I didn't understand how important courts were back then.
Yeah.
Because I had that in my ear at the time.
Right.
From my parents.
So I was gonna say I was gonna kind of change the subject here for a moment for Kevin. So Kevin, what got you interested into the Trek universe?
I want to be alone.
Some of that, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I started off driving trucks and then moved over to buses for a while as well.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. That part was fun, just meeting people and going on tour and doing all of that. But then I got back into
absolutely,
Wait,
man. Yeah, I never got to do that shit.
Greyhound or Happy Line?
Yeah.
I did Greyhound for about 6 years, but also just charter, a small company that did Rocky Mountain tours and that kind of thing.
High.
That's cool.
Oh, Mikey, sing it. Sing it. Sing Rocky Mountain High, Mikey.
Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
And then, but the trucking thing has been okay. It's it's nice because you are by yourself and you don't have to deal with anybody.
Wait, grinding gears or just hoping it
Right,
catches?
and even you know what's funny too, Kevin, I'm sure, and I've heard this from a few of my friends that are truckers as well.
You know,
That you only answer to yourself. Even though the
Silly as
company
a
is
trucker,
hired
you only
you,
answer to your fucking self because you know who's
yeah, you answer to
responsible
yourself.
for
Right.
that
You don't
truck
need to
when
worry
it's on
about
the
it.
side of the road?
Yeah, of course. So
Yourself. No, this is why I want. No, I've said this, Mikey. You know I've said this. I
I
want
know
to
you
be.
said this.
I want to be trained in the roughest, toughest fucking situations
Yeah. There you go.
possible to become a trucker. You know why?
Right.
Because I don't care if I start with a fucking company, whatever. I just want to know that I have the personal skills
Yeah.
to fucking fix that truck on the side of a road, no matter what
When-
the fuck happens.
Then you should go out and work like in North Dakota. Those guys are like roughnecks. You definitely will learn a ton working up in that area in the oil fields because
Yeah.
you got
You
to.
know, I was thinking almost up in the northern reaches of Canada, but I can't get my passport yet.
Right. Yeah. If you could,
Yeah.
doing the ice road thing is kind of fun for a little while. I mean, I've done parts of the ice road, and
You
I
were
just
literally an ice road trucker?
here's my thing. I don't mind driving an automatic truck,
Yeah, those are
but
crazy.
you know, I've been driving, you know, manual transmissions, even though they were synchronized transmissions. I'd like to think that if you gave me a fucking 18-wheeler with 13, a 15, an 8-speed, whatever, I could fucking take off with that and fucking keep her going.
Mhm.
First first run. I guarantee I'll keep that motherfucker going.
Yeah, and just so we are aware of one thing here, real quick. Daniel was just reminding me that I really enjoyed when they brought back this one show called X-Men '97. They brought it back, even though it was on Disney Plus bullshit. But that being irrelevant to me, when they brought it back for 10 episodes, and it was so good. But then he was telling me about this guy, Bo DeMeo. Until you told me about him, Daniel, I didn't even know that the fucker was there. I didn't even know that he worked on this thing, or wrote for it or whatever.
You ruined everything.
Yeah, then he screwed everything. Yeah, that's true.
Now we gotta wait
It's
until
weird that it took one
2026.
guy.
We could have gotten we could have gotten it by now, but he ruined everything.
I know, because the what was it, the cliffhanger was they ended up splitting up in 3 different realities. One of them, a couple of them went back to what was an apocalypse before he got started.
Yeah.
The ultimate Marvel, villain. And
Professor X, Rogue,
yeah, right,
Magneto, Beast.
right.
They went to ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
And they met a young Apocalypse.
Yep.
When he was a good guy back then.
Sure. And then you had Storm, and then we're in a current situation. They got blasted to a current area. And then there was a couple of the others. Where did they go?
Yeah. Cyclops and Jean Grey went to the year 30.
Yeah, they went ahead in the future. Yeah, they went to the future shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the best trucks I've learned to drive are pre-DEF trucks. So I want to drive a truck that's pre-DEF that has no electronics, no nothing. It's all mechanical.
Then you'll have to go to a smaller company for that. Like the big ones won't run anything like that anymore because it's just too hard to manage.
So in other words, I'm gonna have to go to some shit that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, the smaller guys aren't that bad.
Yeah, no. Smaller company would be fine for that. Okay.
No, but I think Kevin knows what I'm talking about, though.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
I'm not a computer guy. It's like, no, I'd rather not, stick a thing in the thing and find out what the fuck. No, I'd rather look under hood and figure out what the fuck's wrong with it. So.
Yeah, on that level, though, I mean, all trucks have to have ELDs, though, nowadays. So even on
ELDs, yeah, I know. You can't have the paper logs no more. I don't know that. Yeah. No, I mean, like, when something's going wrong with the truck, it's like you're driving and you can actually feel what the fuck's going on with the truck, right? You ain't gotta rely on some computer to tell you, warning, warning, like the Enterprise or something. No, you don't got some fucking light showing up for you. No, you know by driving the damn thing that you know something's not right. So
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not that many issues. I mean, I have a new truck and it barely has any problem, so it's hit and miss.
yeah, see,
With
I'm
what you
50
get.
years old. I don't like this new shit though. That's the thing. You know, I was brought up even in trucking. You know, I had family members that were truckers when I was young, and it's like, no, I like this old shit. I like the old round dials that were analog and told you everything.
Even though mine's a standard, like the whole dash is LEDs, like it's like a screen for the tachometer and the speedo and everything. It's all one big
So
screen.
your tack don't come off the transmission then, or the motor.
It does, but it just displays electronically. Like
No, fuck that. No, you
there's
got a
no
computer. You
gauge.
got a computer chick. I don't like that shit. I don't like no computers. I don't like computers between me and the actual shit going on. No, I don't like that.
It's a Kenworth, but
I'd like, you know, I'd like the type of fuel gauge that has fuel coming up into the gas gauge to tell me how much pressure is in there.
yeah, mine's all digital. It's like it's a Kenworth, and even Peterbilts are like
You
that
got a
nowadays.
what do you got, a T800 or whatever?
Yeah, T880.
Yeah, 880. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that-
Yeah, so you got the same one that Riding with Dave had.
Oh, okay.
No, do you remember him? Do you know that channel, Riding with Dave?
No.
Oh yeah,
Well,
he was
Kevin-
big back in the day. He took a break and he never came back.
Kevin, is the Kenilworth, you said Kenilworth, right? Is
Yeah.
that anything like those Kenilworths that were in License to Kill? The
No,
Timothy
no,
Dalton
no,
John?
no, way north.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, it's not the old school. No.
No, not the old school stuff. Okay. All right.
Yeah, they're bigger and wider these days.
Well, I wouldn't say bigger. They're just more aerodynamic and look pussy compared to that. So,
Yeah, that's what she said.
how you doing?
How you doing?
Nah, see,
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying. You know, I'd love to convert this to a trucking channel. Hey, that's years off. But
Yeah.
and I ain't gonna fuck around when I do it either. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, hey, blah 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 blah." No, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, this is the real deal. This is what you gotta deal with."
Well, you know, to this day, it still amazes me that even though I wasn't very good at driving stick, my dad was able to convert a vehicle from stick into automatic.
You know
So-
what? I did that with my Chevette back in fucking 1990 something. That ain't nothing.
Okay, you're aging me. Stop that, Jay. Just kidding, brother. Just kidding.
No,
I know.
that ain't nothing. That's easy shit.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I had a difficulty doing stick shift. It was difficult, but I managed it. You know, with the Volkswagen, I drove it stick shift. But then,
Yeah, the car I bought was a fucking automatic, and yeah.
Sure.
So
Yeah, sure. But
how
what
you
my dad-
doing? Yeah.
Yeah. But what
I
my dad
had to put a stick shift motor into an automatic car with the
Oh,
automatic
yeah.
transmission.
They're fancier because nowadays my truck has like a swivel table in there, and the passenger seat turns around
Oh,
and
now you're
faces
talking
the
about
back.
the fancy shit. Yeah, I was talking about putting,
Mhm.
yeah, but
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Well, that means that you can actually eat a full
No,
meal.
you
on-
don't even understand how fancy these new trucks are. Dude,
Yeah.
No,
you
I'm
can mount
fine, I
your
understand.
flat
That's what
screen
I'm asking
TV. You can have your.
I have that. I can have that. I have like a fridge, a microwave in there. You
Nice.
know, it's basically like
And not to
living in
mention
the
your
house.
chemical toilet because you don't want to go into the restroom.
No. You do
That I
not-
haven't bought
not
yet.
Dude, I'm
Don't
telling you,
fuck
at
with
50 years old, I'm going to have a toilet in that truck one way or the other. Whether it's a
Well, you're
plastic
gonna
bag
have
or
to
a chemical toilet, I'm gonna have a bathroom in there one way or the other.
Yeah, but Jay, you're gonna have to have your own repository. Your place where you can go.
You know, the only thing
Hangout.
thing I gotta say about that is put that shit in the trash can. Don't put
Mhm.
that shit next to your truck.
All right.
Don't be that dumbass that puts it next to your truck or under somebody else's tire.
I've seen that in rest areas before. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I have too. No,
Oh,
don't
God.
put it next to your truck. Put it in a trash can. That
Yeah.
trash can's there for a reason.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
California's
So-
stupid, man. You should see all the different rest areas that do that bullshit. Especially the ones up north. Holy fuck.
I can handle a shower. I just can't handle fucking no.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna shit. No, I'm gonna do that in my own time at my own privacy.
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
the dumb shit.
Just saying. Yep. Terrible. Yep. Went to enough. That was it.
Especially at 50 years old. Fuck the dumb shit. No, I ain't going to. If I'm going to a restaurant, it's gonna be to eat and take a shower. The other stuff happens in my truck. Fuck it.
Yeah. Do trucker spots, Kevin, even have places anymore that you can go and take a shower or take a damn
Yes,
thing?
they do. Yes,
Some
they do.
do, some don't.
Loves does.
The thing in Canada, though, is that they don't. There's like, the fact is, that's where it becomes difficult because when they do
wait, are
provide
you
a
one of those
shower,
truckers that throws piss jugs out the window?
no. Like, if they have a shower, the problem is that they don't clean it for
They
like a
don't clean
week.
it. Yeah.
And then
See, that's
everybody's
another
used
thing.
it, and that's why it's disgusting.
That's
It's-
That's another thing, Mikey, right? Because I'm going to be a trucker in the U.S., and at least in the U.S., we have what's called quality standards for hygiene.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, they have to maintain that. That's
Yeah,
Right?
like you do end up having to piss in a jug, but I'll always just pour it into the toilet after.
Yeah, but you're not
But-
like Ricky's dad and throwing it out the.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just don't make a mistake one day, Kevin. You've been sitting there for a few days and you're really thirsty and like, holy
Not
God.
saying I would never do that on the side of the road.
I'm
Hey,
just
how you
saying,
doing?
just don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do
Because
that.
even if you're parked at a truck stop, it's not like I'm gonna get dressed and go to the bathroom
And
in the middle of the night.
500 yards
Yeah.
to a fucking building when I got a Mountain Dew bottle sitting next to me.
Yeah.
You might as well just use it and then you can empty it out later. That way you don't have to get dressed and go out there and come back.
Right.
Like-
And here's my thing on that. That's fine. Just don't set it outside your truck before you take
Yeah.
off without putting it in
Right.
the trash can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, here's the big thing we got in the U.S. Yeah, y'all do that. We all do that. But guess what? Put it in the trash can, you motherfucker. Don't leave it sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
we,
see, but
we all.
unlike
I say y'all, but it's we all because I'm going to be a truck driver sooner or later. So, you know what?
Yeah, but
you
even
got to learn
regular
how
drivers-
to fucking be fucking decent. You got to take care of your fucking
Well,
ass.
just even regular drivers do shit like that, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
even 4x4s. Yeah, four-wheelers do the same goddamn thing all the time.
absolutely, yeah,
And there's always the guys, you know, at these brake checks, because when you're on hills, they
Oh,
make
yeah,
you
Oh,
stop.
dude, I used to hate that driving my 5-speed F-150 down a big steep hill. This motherfucker would brake check in front of me. You know what I did? Got off the clutch so I got closer to him.
Like, no, these are just, I'm talking
No,
about
driving my
these
5-speed
places
downhill. Oh,
that
you're
you
gonna brake
pull
check.
off
Guess what? I'm
to,
gonna get
like,
off my
do
clutch
it.
and get closer to you. You know what I did? I pushed that motherfucker down the hill and back up the next. You know what he did after that? He pulled off, called the cops on me, got me pulled over, and I said, "No, this motherfucker trying to fucking brake check me. Fuck, no, check my dash cam, watch him."
And then these guys won't use the outhouse, and they'll just kiss like beside
Oh,
the
out
trailer.
on the grass, yeah.
Yeah, not even on the grass. They do it like right on the pavement.
Oh,
like-
yeah, right behind their fucking truck
Yeah.
tires.
I don't get it. Like I mean, if you're only taking a piss, like why not go to the outhouse? Like
why not? Yeah. Oh my
yeah,
God.
you know, I get that you don't want to sit down and because it's gross, but you're not even doing anything. Like you're just walking in there and then walking out. Like what's the problem? But most guys, they'll just do it right on the ground, right beside their
Well,
tire.
because they're too
It's like
lazy to walk into a rest area restroom that's actually there, or if you're in a truck stop and they're too lazy to walk into a fucking truck stop restroom to go.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's stupid. I mean, you're
Yeah,
just being arrogant or stupid or lazy or all
yeah.
three. You know,
And
Jesus.
then, of course, the whole area just stinks of piss. Like,
God, yeah, no,
yeah,
don't.
that whole area does. It's,
No,
it's,
there
well,
was this place. There was this place I was. Oh, now I remember it. There was this place that I had left somebody back in Oklahoma, so I was driving back, and I came through Wichita Falls, Texas. Holy fuck, that place was like some of the worst smells I'd ever smelled in my fucking life, and I was like, I had to pull over at the rest area, and oh my god,
yeah.
you could smell the steers that were running around like nearby.
Mhm.
This is a rest area, and it's this like right outside of Wichita Falls, and I was like, holy shit. And literally,
Yeah.
it's shit. You're smelling shit like all over the place. It was terrible.
Mhm. It
Yeah,
is.
it
Yep,
is.
the U.S. is turning into that, and in certain places, it's like because
No,
not
in a lot
every
of
truck
places,
stop is great.
no, Kevin. In a lot of places, it's a cesspool. It is a human cesspool. The entire fucking country itself
Mhm.
is like that now. It's terrible. Yeah, yeah. It's not pleasant. And you would think, and I'm just going to point out one particular state, California. You would think that California,
California.
California, yeah. You would think like after 50, 60 years, they get their shit together and get the highway department or some bastard to
You
start
know what?
fixing the
They
damn.
ain't had
like,
their shit together since the 70s. Why would you think that does now?
Yeah, that's what I said, Jay. It's like, in 50 some odd years, whatever, and they still haven't done shit to their rest areas. They close them for no reason. And then they'd say, oh, okay, maybe we should open
You
them.
know what, Mikey?
It's
You
not
wonder why I
disappointing.
play. No, Mikey, you know why I play the music backstage that I play? This is why. Because of that dumb shit right there.
Right.
That's what you get for thinking.
And how you doing?
How you doing?
Oh,
Nah, how you doing?
now how you doing?
Hey, girl. Hey, girl, how you doing? Hey.
Oh, man. I tell you, this is so much
This
fun.
thing has gone on so long. I guess it's time to go to bed.
How you doing?
Well,
Yep.
Kevin, I am so glad, my friend, that you were able to come up on a panel at least to be able to talk with us, man.
Mhm.
Absolutely. You know, he's a trucker and he knows he's real. He's out there. He's doing the real work and he's doing the
Yeah.
nitty gritty that the rest of us, oh my God, I had to go to work and punch a time clock. And he's like, fuck you. I had to go out there and try to get the fucking, the jack stands under my trailer up, the fucking whatever they call it, up because somebody pull it in the asphalt instead of on concrete. So, hey, how you doing? And I gotta make it go up and meet up with, and so the fucking kingpin will go into my fucking fifth wheel and yeah.
Yeah, well, we've
Yeah.
all been there.
Yep, I delivered like a whole load of regular gas up to Fort Nelson this morning, and then drove back.
Yeah, what's that like carrying gas from one place to another?
Oh, you know what? Fuel tankers or anything with liquid is way different than a regular fucking trailer.
They look so intimidating, though. It's like,
well, because if the person that loaded it didn't load it the right way, okay. Obviously, the trailers have what they call buffer zones in them, so that way if the liquid goes slosh, slosh, slosh back and forth, it ain't
Right.
gonna push the truck back and forth, forward and back, right?
Yeah.
If they didn't load it the
Yeah.
right way, guess what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but they do have some parts in place that keep that kind of material, especially gasoline, from moving about like that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, most of these have baffles in them and they're compartmentalized. Like the one I have, my B train I'm driving has
Yeah,
five
they fired out
compartments.
the top.
Right.
Yeah, well, there's five compartments, three in the front trailer and
they
two in the
fart
back.
out the top.
Okay.
And that makes it less likely to feel the movement because they're put
Yeah, because
into
they got
those three.
baffles in them. They got
Yeah.
baffles in them. Yeah, they
So
call
they
them
don't-
That's
it
much
baffles.
more than the
doesn't-
man bolts. Yeah.
No,
right,
they
sure.
call them baffles. But the thing is,
But if you
Yeah.
load it wrong, you're just
yeah,
gonna
if you
end up
load it
like
wrong,
being
you're fucked.
overweight, though. Like
Yeah.
that's the main issue is the weight thing.
Yeah.
But when because gas has been done for such a long time, all trailers have like load patterns, so they just give you the numbers, and as long as you pay enough attention to put the correct amount into each hole, you're not
See,
going to run into problems.
This is
But-
why I love talking to this Kevin here.
It's
He knows about
it's
trucks.
pretty easy to do once you figure to pay attention, but obviously if you put too much into one or too little, it screws up the whole thing, and then you'll get pulled over at the scale
Yep.
and
Get
all
pulled
that.
over at that state scale, and guess what? It's different for every
Mhm.
50 states. How the fuck you doing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
That's
know what?
tough.
I remember the days back in the 80s when I was a kid watching trucks drive by with 5, 6, 7, 8 license plates on the front. We don't need that now.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Kevin. Tell them the but.
What?
No, we used to have there used to be a thing where they used to have 7, 8, 9, 10 different fucking state plates on these trucks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean they have them up in Canada still. Like the Yukon makes you have plates because they're kind of like too far north, so you can't use it up there. But I mean, I don't have that plate, so every time I go,
okay.
they
No, I
gotta
was
buy
gonna
a
say
permit.
the reason we ain't got, we don't make our U.S. drivers have like 8 to 10 plates at a time is, hey, you're in the U.S., you're okay. Guess what? You're from that state? Okay. We got
Yeah.
computers. Hi, how you doing? Oh,
Well,
okay.
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Ziggity zack, ziggity zack. Okay, we can do this. We can do that.
Well, what I found out was when I drove back here to Canada to live, and with Suzanne, and we rented a van, right? So this is a white van we took from California.
Wait,
It
you
can
said
fire-
white like it's a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is it was a van that had California plates, that we rented, from Central California, and we took it all
What
the way
color
back
was it?
up to Toronto. It was white. It was a white van.
Yeah, you said that like it was a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. I didn't say it like that. And if I did, I apologize. What I'm trying to state
That's
though is,
okay. I should date black girls.
oh, that's all right.
I still
But
do.
anyway,
I
no,
like
but
black girls.
what-
How you doing?
What I was going to say to Kevin, I'm doing fine.
They're very
How
wet.
you doing? No, but when I took the trip back and I took the van from California all the way to Toronto here,
Let's cut that part out.
and they were pissed. No, because they were very pissed because the company we rented from,
They were pisswasser.
well,
Like
no, they were
GTA 5, they were
upset
pissed
because we
wads.
no, what I'm saying is they were upset because we went from one country to the other. And they said, well,
Oh.
you didn't tell us you were going to. I said, yes, I did. I said it on the contract that I was traveling from California in the USA.
So in other words,
all the way over
they
to
were
Eastern
saying
Canada.
mwah, 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 mwah.
Exactly, like from Charlie Brown. Exactly.
And
I
you were
was like,
saying, no, it's like this motherfucker.
it's like
And
this.
they were
was
saying,
supposed
mwah,
to be.
mwah, 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 mwah.
So when
Well,
Kevin,
then you don't
said,
have insurance, right?
no, I did. I got insurance. I
No,
did.
he
Okay.
did. No, that's actually very accurate. Mwah, mwah,
No,
mwah,
yeah.
mwah, 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 mwah.
Anyway, no, because I had to go across country lines, cross borders, I had to carry insurance. That was required because
Mhm.
if something happened to well, here's the way they described it. If something happened to the van in Canada, even though the van comes from the
Canada.
United States, yes, but even if it comes from the United States, if something happens to you in Canada, their insurance laws are much different than ours were down
Right.
in the States. And it could cost you more
The
if
United
you
States
get into
of
an accident.
Desperia.
Yeah,
The United
right. So I had to
States
be
of
very careful.
Desperia.
Yeah. So I'm assuming by now the place that we rented from probably more than likely has already sent the van itself back. But they told me I had to front the
The
cost
United States
of
of
that when I brought it
Fuckalio.
over to another country. So, which was bullshit.
The United States of Desperia.
Yeah, it's like because U-Haul up here, we have so many U-Haul trucks with U.S. plates on them. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think there's any from Canada that run
I
U-Haul
don't think
plates.
so at
Hey,
all.
you know what? I'm about to buy an Ontario plate just so I can go across Canada
Right.
from the UP.
Yeah, so you can tell them you came from there.
Exactly. Hey, I'm just going. Hey.
Yeah, pull some Bond shit and change your plates.
Hey, change your plates.
like rotate the damn plates.
Rotate it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I love.
No,
when
you
do
don't
those
understand,
kinds of
Mikey.
things.
Shit's getting so bad down here. Right?
Yeah, no, it is. I know. No,
Like-
I do understand. It's getting
Like,
bad.
no, I already told you. I already know where all the undefended border crossings are in my state. So,
Oh, in Michigan, yeah. Uh-huh.
yep. And I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm just waiting for her to go so I can go.
Oh, there you go.
No, I'm waiting for her to go in the not so
No,
good
I
way.
said, yeah. Well, no, okay. You know what I was saying is that, when Dear Nikki's is gone, you'll be able to, make
Pick up and go. Absolutely. And I'll take the
That's
kid
what I'm
with me.
saying.
Fuck
Sure,
the dumb shit.
Yeah, there you go. You know
Yep.
what you should do, because you're so knowledgeable, Jay. I think you should have him home taught. I think you should have him homeschooled.
You
your
really
son.
think so? I'm not. I'm a dumbass, dude. Really? You think I should?
You're not a dumbass. No. Stop that. Stop that. Stop saying that. I hate that. People say they're dumb. Fuck you. Don't. You're not dumb. I'm saying that you have a lot of life knowledge. You got a lot of
I
of that
do.
experience.
Yes, I do. I really
I'm
do.
just saying you should homeschool him. It's a possibility. You should do it. You should explore it.
He'd probably
Like you
be
said,
better
the
off than
education
the.
system nowadays is like fuck
He'd
the
be
dumb
better
shit.
off. I mean, they're not even teaching fucking cursive no more. They're not teaching.
That
penmanship.
is what I'm saying.
And I'm saying, how the fuck are you going to sign your name on legal documents?
Hello.
How the fuck are you going to sign a bank note? How the fuck are you going to sign court documents? How the fuck are you going to sign a contract? No, they're not even teaching that shit. So
that's what I'm saying.
And that's just one tiny fucking part of it. It's like, and no, they're not even teaching these kids fucking common sense part of fucking life, right? Like they used to.
It's just a small part of a bigger problem. That's what it is. The whole education system. It is. It's just one small part.
You know, I asked him one time to sign his name for me. He's like, "How do I sign it?"
Yeah.
I said, "Write your name," and he did this block letter shit that made my chicken scratch look good. I'm like, "Holy fuck, are you serious?"
Okay. Yeah, Kevin, you got to head out.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I need to too because it's getting late for me.
Okay, so we're all gonna head out then.
Okay.
PvP is still in the background. PvP is still with us.
Oh, you can always play him Hard Metal Rock. You can play him Hard Metal Rock back there, and you have to listen to it.
Yeah, I guess we could play some, whatever. I mean, yeah, PvP's still here, but hey.
So
I'm trying to get my mouse over to the private chat, but it ain't working.
Yeah. So let's just say.
Oh, there we go. Oh no, Kevin said he had to go back. I ain't heard nothing from PvP. So
yeah, Kevin, have you got anything coming up on your channel soon or anything?
No, when I go up north, if I find anything worth,
Up north, what do you call
Put it-
Michigania?
I might post some videos on the drive if
Hey,
I see
I
anything.
gotta tell you what, Kevin. If you ever come to CMU town,
Yes.
let me in your truck, buddy.
Yeah.
Central Michigan University, by the way, for those who are not familiar with CMU.
Shut up, Mikey.
Hey, come on. I told you. I met Dan Marley, who came from Michigan, played at Central Michigan.
Yeah, I'm not trying to tell everybody where I'm at.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well,
You
Central
do it.
doesn't. Not how you do it, but Central doesn't tell exactly where you live. So, and I will never tell you.
No, except for the. Never mind.
I know where you are, but I won't tell anybody exactly. Come on. You're in Michigania, which you call Michigan, and that's it. So,
Hey, if you find them, grind them.
exactly. Yeah, that's for me. Nothing going on this weekend, obviously, because everybody's doing July 4th shit. But first of all, Brother Jay, I want to say thank you so much for having me up here. Kevin, it's great to meet you, dude, and I'm glad we were able to talk here. And I'm always blessed that I can be a part of a panel, if at all. So mostly. So that's a true blessing. Anyway, Nikki, we love you. Suzanne sends her best. Kat sends their best. Everybody sends their best here, and
Meow.
love you, gal. Yeah, big time. Yeah, but I got my normal shit. Stuff I do Monday through Thursday. 12 noon.
I don't know,
No.
Cat, but send her my best too, Mike.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. No, she appreciates that. But yeah, so yeah, my thing. 4 days a week, 12 noon. Yeah,
You
come check
know,
us out.
Mikey, Kevin, I got two Kevins to come to this channel. I know you're the trucker Kevin, but
Right.
and I might actually change your name to Trucker Kevin on my end, just so I know the difference between you and the other Kevin.
yeah, with Kevin the Theme Park, who deals with theme park.
It does confuse
I
me.
just say, I'm just saying.
But no, I mean, yeah, check out Mikey here. He's a really good dude, and he's got some really good shit going on, and does some midday stuff that you might want to listen to when you're out on the road. And,
Yeah, I heard it actually keeps people awake if they're falling asleep on a driver. Well, at least I heard that from Curtis when he's busy. Curtis Shelby, or Selby, our tired
Selby, not Shelby.
It's Selby, I know. It's Selby.
Yeah, Shelby was Ford, don't you know?
Yeah, Shelby was Borgified, don't you know?
Borgified.
Borgified. Yes. Yeah, I'll remember that. Yes. All right. So that's for me. And like I said, in the fall, hopefully we can do some mystery, talk about different mysteries and different shows like that featured mysterious paranormal shit.
Hey,
so.
you know what? I don't pay for this no more. So if I'm gonna end stream, I gotta hit end stream and then hit the thing, because I can't just hit end stream and make it do it no more. Because I ain't got $45 a month to make it do it by itself. So.
Right. All right. Well, thank you again, Jay. I love you, brother. Take care. We love you, Nikki. Take care, sister. And Kevin's tricky. Good to see you again, dude. We'll see you on a future stream, I hope.
Yep, we will. Okay.
Right.
Absolutely. Kevin Strecky, my truck driving friend. Yes, the guy that's going to help me learn how to drive trucks. I mean, I got a good understanding.
Well, there you go. He's going to
Yeah.
teach you. That's for sure. All right. Good night, guys.
No,
Good to see you.
here's the thing. Anybody can say they got a good understanding. Did they get behind the wheel of one? They ain't know what the fuck they got themselves into. So
That's true.
True.
All right. Take care, Kevin. Take care, Jay. We'll see you guys. Take
all
care,
right,
BBB.
Mikey. Take care.
If they have to
bud.
play some rock music for you.
Hey, you know what? Yep. Okay, so we're gonna end the stream.